Good morning everyone and welcome to day 2 of the Women's Japan Premier League. The Waves are 1-0 up, and news from the middle is that the Waves won the toss today and have once again got the opportunity to bat first and put the score on the board. I'm joined alongside me, as I was yesterday, by Garth Thomas. Morning Garth. A few changes to the teams. Just having a look at the Eagles, it looks like just one change there. Srinali Renard has dropped out and Ayumi Doi has come in. So their lineup in full is Erika Oda, Shimiko Kato, Emerson Philsell, Hinase Goto, Lemon Chung, Erika Toguchi's Quinn, Nonoha Yasumoto, Ayumi Fujikawa, Gandhi Jafta, Ayumi Doi, and Ayaka Canada. On the Eagles side, the Waves side, 2 changes, it looks like. 3 changes, no 2 changes. Elena Kusuda-Nen and Meg Ogawa both come in, while Kurumi Ota and Seika Sumi drop out. So the team in full: Ahilia Chandel as captain, then Akari Nishimura, Kari Chan, Haruna Iwasaki, Amogalang Mafangula, Jess Adams, Maya Nagida, Ayaka Kato Stafford, Elena Kusuda-Nen, Ruan Kanai, and Meg Ogawa. Batters are out in the middle already. Emerson Philsell has the new ball in her hand, just as she did yesterday. Looks like a change in the opening pair as well, Garth. Mai Yanagida didn't get a bat yesterday. She's been carrying an injury, the Japan captain. But she's coming out to bat number 1 today, and she's got Amokalang Mafangula at the non-striker's end. Yeah, Melbourne now for the season in Sydney as well. Emerson Philsell puts that out wide of off stump. Yanagida leaves it alone. So much warmer conditions, much brighter sunshine today, Garth. Bit of a breeze around, which will hopefully keep us alive. Yeah, very humid yesterday, a lot of moisture around. Less so today. The ground staff were able to get the covers off early and actually get some rolling done today, which hopefully will make a bit of a difference. Just to help the players out a little bit, while also the match being able to start on time is always a gift. Bit of an issue with my Wi-Fi connection, hopefully yours is alright, Garth. Yeah, she looks a handy bowler for an 18-year-old. I was looking at some of the photos from yesterday's action, which are up on the JCA's Facebook page, and particularly the team photo I enjoyed. Emerson towering over the rest of her teammates. Ooh, that was more like it. So we saw yesterday exactly 200 runs scored in the game, 116 played, 84. So, worked with our general assumption that 3 figures and you're in the game. I'd like to see a few more runs today, but it'll be interesting to see how both teams go about it. And a wide, just blotting a copybook a little bit there. She bowled pretty well up until this point. Yeah, particularly the big players, isn't it? These girls who've come in from overseas, if you get a chance to get rid of them, got to take it. Just having a look at the field Philsell's got. She's got a third man and a sort of deep backward square leg, if you like, for anything that might drop short. Pretty orthodox, I guess. Fine legs up in the circle. 5-4 field, it looks like. circles, pretty fenced off. All of the Japanese players, of course, pretty strong on the drive. And there you go, that's Yanagida looking to push one into the offside, straight to the fielder. No runs off the bat, just a single from the over. We'll just have to watch the action in front of us, won't we, Garth? Yeah, I think the yellow and red came out better than I was expecting. Couldn't play red ball cricket in these though, could you? Looks like Nonoha Yasumoto's got the new ball again. She opened up yesterday as well, so no change from a bowling tactics point of view as far as the Eagles are concerned. Yeah, surprised she didn't bowl all four actually. I think the Eagles are definitely lacking in the fifth bowler, so I think frontline bowlers they do have need to bowl all their overs, maximise their opportunities. Yeah, a bit going on. We're actually expecting around 40 people from Mitsui Knowledge Industries, the women's national team sponsor, to be here today. Due to arrive at any moment. They'll be taking up residence in the Bell tent down to our right, down the sort of cow corner at the moment. Hopefully no one puts one into the tent. Maybe hopefully someone does put one into the tent. Oh, that was a bit uppish. Yeah, absolutely. Patrons scattering. It's nice at the moment, isn't it? Yasumoto just losing a line there, drifting down the leg side. Umpire Chris Thurgate out in the middle again, as he was yesterday. Vipin Sukwal over at square leg right now. Two umpires will be doing all three games. Chris, of course, a former selector for the women's national team. Stepped away from that last year just to concentrate more on his umpiring. Ooh, that's a good line, good length. Yanagida continuing to be dotted up. Yeah, and we should mention our scorers today. We've got Abhi Dewan and Prithvi Maideni down in the scorers tent. Experienced couple of scorers. Hopefully they will be on the money today. A few technical glitches yesterday with our other scorers, but these two boys will be in position for the next two games. It's another tight over, and Yanagida's really got to try and find a way to score here, hasn't she, Garth? Perhaps not the time to hurry through a single. We've got just one ball of the over left, or maybe even a bit, yeah, one ball left of the over. Mapangula's just faced the one delivery so far. The first ball of this over. Quick call and an easy single in the end. When the call comes straight away, I think that's smart from Amogalang Mapangula. She wants to strike. She sees that her opening partner's struggling, just 1 of 10 at the moment. So Mapangula's 2 of 2, so she wants to take charge here, and I think that's probably required. Good opportunity just to welcome all our viewers from around the globe. We'll have people tuning in from all over the place, I hope, not just Japan. Australia, New Zealand, perhaps people up late in the UK. Anywhere else in Europe, welcome. Good to have you along with us. And of course, all our viewers on the Indian subcontinent through the Fan Code app. Welcome. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to head over to the JCA YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the action that's going on. And if you are a subscriber, of course, you can put some comments in the comments box. And we will be sure to check that from time to time and answer any questions that you might have. Another good start to the over from Emerson Philsell, just pushing another one through. Mapangula swinging, but no contact. There is, of course, Japanese commentary available on the JCA YouTube channel as well. If you'd rather listen to the Nihongo, just head across over there. We won't be offended, will we, Garth? There we go. Aggression from Mapangula, looking to go over the top of the infield. Just squirted away, landing just outside the 25-yard circle and safe. Just a single, but it's good to see some intent.
Dissected points and cover really, didn't it? Yeah, good to see some intent, exactly. She started well here, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think she looks like a pretty handy bowler. She's, oh, that sounded like a chance to me, Garth. I thought there was bat in that. Well, the umpire signalled a bye. So, Lemon Chung will breathe a sigh of relief. That's not a drop catch. Still a bye against her name, but I thought that might have been an opportunity. I thought I heard the noise, but my ears have been known to deceive me in the past, as have my eyes and most of my other senses. There we go, more aggression. And the chance goes down. Well, that's not the best positioning for the catch, it didn't look like. You got to take those opportunities, as we said, particularly when it's the overseas-based players, isn't it?
There is sun out there, but I don't think there's really an excuse for the fielder. But yeah, it's a shame, as you say. Need to take these opportunities to the Eagles. Philsell will be beating better. Good spell here. Lucky not to take the wicket more earlier. The team are getting on with it.
Yeah, I reckon that's Ayumi Fujikawa down there. I might be doing a disservice, I can't quite tell. Could be Ayumi Doi, actually. Player brought into the side today.
Hesitant in leading off with a single, but Hartman pulled it through early.
Yeah.
Single to the total.
For the Eagles, you feel that probably not a bad result keeping Yanagida out there at the moment, because she is clearly struggling. She, as we said, she's got a broken finger on her right hand, which has been affecting her. And when you're sort of 1 off 11 and you're not taking the game away from the opposition, but Mapangula clearly looks like she wants to attack and get on the front foot, so she's the one they want to remove. They'll be wary of Carrie Chan coming in possibly next as well, of course, batted so well yesterday. That's another one in the air, another chance not taken. I don't know if that carried, I need to have another look at that. Just playing away from the body, just up in the air. Looks like it fell just short of the fielder. We'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Opportunity's coming though, Garth. Feels like the wicket could fall any moment. Nonoha Yasumoto continuing. That one's a good bit of running from Yanagida. Just dropped that into the leg side and set off quickly. Good call, good easy run.
Yeah, been overlooked the drop and run, just getting back on it, finding space, and as long as you're communicating well with your partner and early, singles on all around it.
That's up in the air again. This one is held. So Yanagida's stay is over. Nonoha Yasumoto has the breakthrough. Have to check the catcher. I stand corrected. Amogalang Mafangula, the batter dismissed. Yanagida stays. That's the second low score in a row for her. She was run out yesterday for not too many.
Yeah, I wonder if she, took it upon herself to just be more aggressive, and obviously her partner is struggling a little with the run rate, so...
The pressure can build, can't it?
Yeah. But, the Eagles will be stoked. The wicket. They need to keep taking wickets constantly, and I believe this next one is a very big wicket, and Kerry Chan, I believe, coming out at 3, Alan.
Yeah, it looks like it. We're pretty far away over here, and we haven't got the best angle to see the back of the shirts, but it certainly looks like Carrie will know as soon as she takes guard, because she's a lefty.
She batted beautifully yesterday for a 53, I believe.
53, indeed. Pulled up a half century, got out the next ball, but...
Yeah, used her feet well to the spinners, and found runs all around the wicket, to be honest. Just a very smart and experienced cricketer, and great for some of these Japanese women players that play only domestically in Japan to play alongside and learn from. Her innings alongside Jess Adams yesterday really took the game in their favour for the Waves and got them up over 100, 116, I believe.
116 the final score, yeah.
So, big wicket, and the Eagles would be not wanting to miss an opportunity here. So, just sitting in the field.
I say Goto with that catch, just to confirm that. Yeah, lefty to lefty, and interestingly, Yasumoto is going to stay over the wicket to the left-hander. She had a habit previously of coming around to the lefties, and Carrie Chan straight on the offensive, and that's going to be the first boundary of the day. Just swatted really through kind of long on, just wide of the fielder. And the chants come from the Waves tent.
Yeah,
good support.
Do you know what they're actually chanting? I can't quite pick it up.
I reckon that was Eastern Waves, Eastern Waves, Eastern Waves.
Okay.
So that's my guess.
Wasn't Doksoi.
Wasn't a Doskoi, no.
Doskoi.
Reserved for the national teams,
Right.
I believe.
Great shot, though, from Kerry Chan to start the innings.
But Mark Pankhurst joining again. Good to have you with us, Mark. Tuning in from Hong Kong.
So Mark is a Kiwi, Alan?
Mark is a Kiwi.
Nice. So he'll be probably celebrating the win, the All Black win over South
Yeah,
Africa.
I did catch
I hope I haven't spoiled it for him in case he's looking to watch it. But yeah. Of course, the Rugby World Cup happening later this year. Back to the cricket here live.
And that's a wide ball. Yeah, one of the first Rugby World Cups where the All Blacks might not be starting as favourites.
Correct. Yes.
It's been a long time since that happened. Northern Hemisphere.
True.
Both the Irish and the French looking pretty good. Not the
Yeah.
English, so we'll gloss over them.
You have a relatively easy draw, perhaps, but it's going to be an exciting World Cup.
Feels like
3 or 4 teams could win it.
Honestly, it feels so recent that the last one was here in Japan. Went to a lot of those games. Doesn't feel like 4 years ago. Aggression again. Nearly took the non-striker's head off. Fielder doesn't cut it off. A misfield on the boundary. It's disappointing. So Yumi Doi, the debutante, misfielding on the boundary, and that's cost him 3 runs. So the score when Carrie Chan came in was 10 for 1. Already up to 18 by the end of the over.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see who the Eagles go to here, who they have to bowl to Kerry Chan and how to take her wicket. I'm trying to remember how she lost the wicket yesterday, Alan. Caught.
She was caught, and I'm going to say it was off. I think it might have been Yasumoto, actually, in the end, who got her. But I think pace off might be the way to go. What you really notice with Carrie Chan is that she does put away the bad balls.
Yes.
And there's good power in the way that she hits, and something that we've not really seen from too many of the other players. We saw Jess Adams was much more of a touch player yesterday, just used the pace, guided into gaps, and played with fast enough hands to be able to generate enough speed for boundaries on the offside, but Carey just all power, just whacks it.
But you're right, Jess played a critical role to that partnership, didn't she?
So 4 overs gone, 19 for 1 score.
Would this be Gandhi Jafta coming into bowl?
Yes, it looks like it. We mentioned yesterday it was a good-looking battle between the South African and the Hong Kong Chinese captain yesterday, and that's going to resume today, and it could well be key for how this match unfolds, how this series unfolds. Key day today. The Waves looking to secure the title.
Yes, so being someone who always cheers for the underdog, I'm hoping Eagles
Level it up, absolutely.
level it up. A lot of dot balls for Eagles, which they'll be happy about.
Yeah, Maya Nagita really, she's got to do something now. 3 off 16, 17 is that? Half an appeal, but turned around the corner, see if that's off the bat or if that's going to go down as leg byes. No. Looks like that's been got. There we go. Scorer's just prompting the umpire there to give the signal. Leg by called. Carey Chan and Gandhi Jafta resume their rivalry. Just having a look at the field. Long off is dropping back, and there's a deep mid wicket. Long off? Would you have long off back? I'd have long on back, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I would have long on and mid wicket back, I think, for Carey, the way she hits. It's a
agree.
good shot to hit the...
I think we're going to see, she's going to target that area, and that's an...
It's behind square. They'll probably get 2 for that if they turn quickly. No, that's good fielding.
Yep, good chase.
Quick pick up and release to save the single there. So that's good. Good result for the Eagles, keeping Carey Chan off strike, getting Maya Nagita back on. Jafta again, and that's again squirted into the offside, but no run.
Yeah, Jafta, her figures yesterday off her 4 overs were 1 for 16, but she bowled the full complement. And another good ball, just keeping Yanagita from scoring.
Yanagita is a player who's been around a long time, wealth of experience, and sometimes, I've seen her play some cracking knocks for Japan. I remember the East Asia Cup in 2017. She's leading run scorer in that tournament and batted beautifully throughout. And I think a lot of the time with Mai, it's a bit of a fear of getting out. And I think she just needs to put that fear to bed and go out and express herself, really.
She's not the only cricketer who has that fear.
Cricket is a game where you fail an awful lot, though, isn't it?
Yeah. You were saying, sorry, she's carrying an injury, Alan?
Yeah, and I think she was protected yesterday. She didn't bowl, and she was batting way down the order. She didn't bat. They used 8 batters, and she didn't come in. So it is a bit of a surprise to see her thrown in at the top, but she has batted pretty much everywhere from 1 to 11 for Japan, I think, over her time. And I certainly think that Coach Bebe Miyagi will be keen to see what she can do as we lead into the next tournament. I think Canada has the ball in hand. A slightly funny stop-start run-up. Another part of her game that's changed a lot since she first arrived. When she first came on the scene, she had a beautifully smooth approach to the crease and a very easy release. It's all become very jittery and jerky in the last year or two. Starts with a wide.
Yeah.
Starts with another wide.
Seems...
She bowled 3 overs yesterday. We talked about the lack of a 5th bowler for the for the Eagles, largely because Shimako Kato is also carrying an injury. Trinali Renard has dropped out today, and she's been replaced by Ayumi Doi, who doesn't bowl, as far as I'm aware.
Right.
So they really are struggling for their bowlers today, and it'll be interesting to see if Shimako Kato does try and test out her back. They might need it to, or they might ask. They do have Hinase Goto and Ayumi Fujikawa, who they could go to if they really needed to, as bowlers. Goto has faced some questions about her bowling action. But at the moment, Canada's given away 3 runs without bowling a legal delivery yet. I suspect they'll be holding Erica Quinn back until the power play's done, and she'll bowl 4 overs straight through the middle. She was targeted a bit by Carrie Chan yesterday, Erica Taruchi Quinn.
It's a good call there from Yanagita, calling her partner through, running to the danger end, but she made that a single for the team.
I wonder if there's a thought there that the left-right hand combination might. We've seen 3 wides already. Might continue to play in the bowler's head. Looking at the field, just 1 out for Yanagita. At this point, I'm not sure I'd have any out. She's 3 off 20.
In fact, just as you said that, deep square is... Oh, sorry, she's fielding the ball from ground 2.
T10 going on over there. As we look down to our left, over at sort of backward point, we can see the Japan men's team warming up. Looks like a fair few are in today. Their last training session before flying off to Papua New Guinea for the World Cup qualifier on Tuesday. Do make sure you've got ICC TV downloaded so you can watch that and support the Japan men's team in their bid to qualify for the Men's T20 World Cup in the USA and the West Indies. That'd be something, wouldn't it, Garth?
That would be superb.
Would you travel?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Thought you might.
Yeah.
Got your flight booked already. You might go anyway.
I'd love to be in Papua New Guinea, to be honest, but...
yeah, not the cheapest venue to visit, unfortunately. Yeah, more wides from Canada. This is hurting the Eagles now.
What a great opportunity for Japan cricket, and well done. You know that the progress. When I first looked into Japan cricket, probably 2018, 2019, the progress that you've made, Alan, has been superb. When I think across all formats, your men's, your under-19s, and the women's. So it's
been good. Looking to see the fruits of labour coming to home to roost, thankfully. Not sure that's an analogy that works, fruits roosting, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I do.
Can a fruit roost? Maybe. Who knows?
But yeah, no, that will be exciting.
Yeah, it certainly will be. It's been a long time. I mean, it's been 8 long years since we last took on Vanuatu and Papua New Guinea. Since 2018, we played the Philippines, so that tournament seems quite recently, and it's the best part of 5 years ago. So, yeah, but all the teams will be looking pretty different since they last went head-to-head, so who knows what to expect. It should be a pretty open tournament. Papua New Guinea, obviously being the home team and the established team in the region, will be starting as favourites, but T20 cricket, anything can happen.
And the format is round robin, playing each side twice, I believe. So,
that's right.
It'll be some exciting cricket. Make sure to tune in. Will it be on YouTube or ICC
TV? The first Japan match is in a week's time. We will play our first game against the Philippines on Saturday, actually, not quite a week's time, 6 days' time. It'll be 8:30 a.m. start Japan time, I believe.
Nice.
9:30 local time. So yeah, ICC TV. Download the app. It's free.
Yeah, I've been watching the Ashes on it, actually.
Likewise, been rather nice having the Ashes available for free, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Ashes will be on at the same time, of course, but thanks to the time differences, you can watch the Japan game in the morning and the Ashes in the afternoon. What a world we live in, hey Garth?
Yeah. Very lucky.
So unfortunately for Ayaka Canada, the wides continue. 6 in the over so far. Just 3 legal balls have got down. There's another one, bit of an appeal. Nothing doing. The Eagles at this stage just taking the 3 runs they're getting. 29 for 1. 30 up now, I think. Our Wi-Fi is playing havoc up here. Kind of difficult to keep track of the live score, but we'll continue to do our best. turn my Wi-Fi off.
Yeah, just looking yesterday at the power play rate after the 6 overs, I believe the Eastern Waves were made 27 after their 6. So.
Yeah, not a lot of runs coming in the power play, which has been interesting.
Yeah,
we would
the
have
approach.
thought that actually, traditionally that's the stronger way to go. Although we talked yesterday, didn't we, Garth, about 5, 6, 7 was the women's approach. It was 5 and over for the first 6, and then 6 and over for the next 10 overs, and then 7 and over for the last 4, which takes you to a score of around 120, which we felt in most games in the tournament that we were playing in would be a winning score. And you look at this score now, they're going to end up at around 5 and over for these first 6, by the looks of it, just short in the end. But
some water comes on.
8 runs from that over. It looks like the umpire's just offering the players an opportunity for a quick drink.
Yeah, understandable given the temperatures today here in Sano. It's today and tomorrow going to be very hot. The temperature probably is, 32, Alan, at the moment?
Yeah,
Don't
we're
have
already behind, long way behind, and that over hasn't helped with the 6 extra deliveries, but 30 minutes for the first 6 overs should be closer to 24 minutes.
True.
So we might be in for a long morning.
Yes, this afternoon here on number 1, there's also some more T10 games, a new concept to Japan cricket this season.
Yeah, things are shaping up pretty well. As you can see, game going on ground 2 at the moment. I reckon that's Sano taking on somebody.
Yeah, would it be Alpha Cautious? No.
It's a very yellow uniform, so I reckon it might be the
Titans.
Titans. Should we check in whilst there's nothing happening here? Yeah, the Titans are 74 for 1 of 5.4. Oof. They're going okay.
Yes.
Ryan Drake's bowled a good over, 1 over 4. Reo Sakurano
Nice.
Thomas, 1 over for 24.
Whoa.
Ouch.
Well, that's good.
I think having just 9 players probably isn't helping Sano today.
They've only got 9.
I think they've had a few players short this morning.
Can I register and go and play?
Yeah, get yourself in. Gandhi Jafta back in. My Yanagita continues. And continues to struggle.
Yes. I just wonder if she starts to sort of perhaps move around the crease, look for giving yourself some room and almost taking a risk and opening up space on either leg or off.
At what point, Garth, do you get the message out and just say, look, hit out or get out? That happened to me as a junior.
Oh, yes.
I was told pretty clearly, you're not helping the team, get yourself out. At which point I started swinging like a madman, and they kept bowling wide of off stump, and I still couldn't hit it. So, yeah.
Yes, and I've been guilty as a coach of probably giving those instructions to juniors at times in my life. So, well,
you can, it's T20 cricket. You can retire players. It's not done. It was done in the IPL recently, I believe. Actually,
okay.
Someone got retired. I forget who, but yeah, it's not exactly unheard of, and it might be something that the coach has to consider at this rate. Ooh.
Big appeal from.
Not
Jeff.
The worst shout.
Not
Actually.
the worst shout.
Oh, don't answer. Reckons it was going down leg side. All replays aren't working, so we won't be able to tell you.
You can judge for yourself at home.
Tell you what, see if I can get YouTube up on my phone.
But a good shout, and it'll be interesting to see how Kerry. It's a bit fuller, and she just turns it onto the onside for a single. Brings Yanagita back onto strike. And she's, at the moment, just observing the field, probably eyeing up the onside. There's only deep mid-wicket on the boundary. Otherwise, she has square, short, fine leg, and mid-wicket and close. She just plays out
Just push
to the
into
covers.
side again.
Yeah. You see, I believe the same shot can be played, Alan, just with soft hands for a single.
Yeah. or
It-
really throwing the bat hard to try and get it over the top of the
True.
field. It's coming around the wicket now, Jafta, just to try
She-
and cramp it for space.
There's a shot out,
There you go.
out deep.
Actually got a bit of bat on that one. So, just quick score check. Where are we at now? That looks like 32 for 1 after 7 overs. And the Jafta's bowled her 2 overs for just 3. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. It looks like there is going to be a change of bowler. Inase Goto is going to replace Ayaka Canada, which is no real surprise. In the last over, bowling 6 wides. I think after an over like that, you'd be lucky to get another go. Inase Goto has bowled a bit for Japan. Didn't bowl yesterday. And on she comes today. That's up.
Oh, valiant effort.
Made a good chase to try and get there. Gandhi Jafta going after it, couldn't quite get there. So
Yeah, made a
Yes,
good attempt,
survives.
making the ground and diving for the ball. Good to see that sort of effort. That rubs off on your teammates.
yeah, definitely. I don't mind if people don't hold catches as long as they really throw themselves at it.
Yeah, she's in a key position actually, as Jafta, as far as Kerry Chan's batting going out at long
yeah,
on.
it's down at long on, not
She-
long
she'll-
off this end. And that's into the gap.
Oh, again, another
Not quite
good
timed,
effort. No.
just squirted through the effort of the fielder, and they come back for 2.
Good to see Fujikawa diving to try and stop that ball. Again, good. I'm seeing a lot of effort in this last over, Alan, which is good to see from the Eagles.
Yeah, the heat not letting them sap the
Mm.
energy too much. They're happy to throw themselves around, which is encouraging.
Yeah, every ball was crucial. And
Yeah, we saw yesterday how the first 10 overs, the waves hadn't really got too far away, but then that second 10,
yes,
particularly that sort of that third block of 5 overs between 10 and 15, they really did get away. Still haven't seen Erika Toguchi Quinn yet, which is interesting. Perhaps they're looking to try and see if they can sneak Carrie Chan out before bringing her into the attack. That's going to be wide.
your run rate was around 5. So what you were talking about earlier, the strategy.
They
Going
may
up
well be targeting,
Mm.
that 120 mark again. You feel 120 is, particularly on a hot day like this, chasing is going to be tough.
Yes.
It's through the fielder again.
And
It's good on.
yeah, probably the right decision made. I think Kerry Chan was looking for the second there, but turned down from Yanagita. But perhaps she knows the fielder well and the arm, choosing not to take the second.
It's going to be another wide. So we talked at the start of the game and we talked yesterday, but the lack of the fifth bowler is really hurting the Eagles. They really, ideally in any game of T20, you have at least 6 people who you can get overs out of, if not 7.
Yes.
And really, they've got 4 bowlers in their squad, and they're just battling for who's going to bowl the other 4 overs.
Yes.
At the moment, it's just sort of looking around and see who puts their hand up. And this injury to Shimako Kato, I'd be inclined to ask her to test it out. She's out there saying she can bat and field. I think I'd be saying, come on, Shimako, let's see if you can bowl. Because this is starting to really hurt them. It's the second time from this end that we've seen 3 wides bowled in a row. Not only is it 3 runs, of course, but it's just tiring the fielding side out even more as well. Really struggling to keep their energy up in the heat.
Yeah, the radar's not working. It's just all a bit down leg, consistently down leg on the same spot. So it's just it's a game of inches. Just a slight tweak to the technique. Aiming for a keeper's gloves, so just outside the off stump. Goto just struggling here a bit. Again, down leg, but not called a wide. So end of the over.
Yeah, another one gone by. It's a question of really just getting out of the over, isn't it, sometimes? These overs that suddenly go on, they end up being sort of 8, 9, 10 ball overs. And it's another one that's 4 wides in that over. So from this end, from the school end, we've seen 10 wides bowled in the last 2 overs from this end. And, you know, that's 10 free runs. And if the score's 30 for 1 after 8 overs, you're feeling a lot happier, aren't you? But already in this innings, we've seen 13 wides bowled, just 8 overs. And that's going to kill any team, really. And when you think about it, looking at it, you know, Maya Yanagida, she's 6 of 28 at the moment, so she's not hurting you. And now we're seeing Erika Toguchi-Quinn coming in. She's going to bowl at the far end this time, Garth. She bowled at our end yesterday.
Yes, she did.
She's going to bowl this end today, and she's going to be going straight into Carrie Chan. This looks like it could be a key part of the game. Key battle. Candy Jafta's still got 2 overs up her sleeve, but Carrie Chan took on the leg spinner yesterday. Takes some time to get her field right. She's getting sort of mid-wicket back. She's got a long off again and long on, and now deep point is going back. So she's got 4 fielders out. Women's cricket, of course, that's the maximum you can have. Let's see how she approaches this. Too full and whacked over that long on region, sorry. Boundary straight away. And Erika Quinn, we noticed she went for boundaries on the first ball of her over a couple of times yesterday. It's happened again today. I think that's just...
She came back in that second
She
over
did come back well most times, actually, but there's a bit of mind games going on, I suspect. Carrie Chan feels like she might have the edge over the leg spinner here.
Yeah, it wasn't too full. I think it's just Carrie Chan's ability to dance down the wicket, and
yeah, she took a few paces,
and
didn't she?
she did. It'll be a great battle, this one.
Yeah, if you're trying to force Toguchi Quinn to bowl a bit shorter, and then of course you can just rock back. There you go. It's drifted down leg sides. Wide called.
Yeah, I want to say yesterday she did, Toguchi Quinn, have one opportunity to catch. Chan, I think, was just over mid-off or mid-on.
Now it's turned around the corner. There'll be a couple there, I reckon, if they run hard. Yeah, it's pretty easy too in the end.
Good chase, good arm. I just wonder about the field, Alan. Looking at long off, wondering if I'd perhaps have her down at fine leg or even square, deep square.
She's going to come around the wicket now to the left hand. I think that's probably a smart move. We talked a bit about this yesterday. Full again.
Oh,
just chance. Wide. Yeah. Not sure she was going to get to that. But single. Now this will be more interesting. I think Quinn will breathe a bit of a sigh of relief that she's got Chan off strike and she can have a go at my Yanagida. She may well have played against her in Melbourne, of course.
Yep, I'm just hoping a field change comes in here for the right-hander. I'd be asking for a slip.
Yeah, it's not the worst shout.
Or even... Yep, much leg spinner prefer to bowl to the right-hander.
Yeah, so just the 2 out now. Sweepers on both sides of the wicket. And the keeper's let that one go through. That's disappointing from an Eagles' point of view. Bye signalled. Spend most of the over trying to get Carrie Chan off strike, and you gift it back to her. Carrie, of course, strong reputation. Always seems to score runs against the Japan women's team.
Yes. And I think she'll be eyeing up that onside around square leg behind
There's only
square.
4 fielders out there. She's got 5 on the offside, which seems, questionable. Yanagida's come a long way down here. Oh, poor. She managed to get back.
Good cricket, good fielding.
Yeah, it was good alertness. Threw it to the right end. This is the thing, of course. Carrie Chan will know that Taguchi Quinn has to bowl her 4 overs because they don't really have any other bowling options. So if you go over her after in the first over, pressure's immediately on the bowler. Just a single that time. Looked to go offside at the end of the over. So not a terrible over. The boundary of the first ball, of course, makes it so much easier for the batting side to be able to bat with less pressure for the remaining 5 deliveries. They're taking 11 runs from the over with a couple of wides and a bye as well. So 50 up, 51 for 9. Sorry, not 51 for 9. 51 for 1 after 9.
Yeah, as you're saying,
Wales in
Alan.
a commanding position, you'd say.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that scoreboard, 19 extras, it's really hurt. I think Carrie Chan's just taking the helmet, correct? Asking for a helmet.
Yeah, it's a little delay in play at the moment.
I see the sponsors have turned up, Alan, or some anyway.
Yeah, there's a few
Having
down there.
some-
Saw a few kids having a little have a go. Tea being drunk, which is good.
Nice.
See a couple of helpers down there. Looks like Nori Kato and who's that other lady down there, Garth? Looks familiar.
It's UK.
It's your better half.
Yeah.
Now changing bowling again from this end. Who do we have here? Yes, okay. Shimako Kato is going to have a bowl. She is going to test out this back injury.
Let's hope.
Well, hopefully she holds up. But
Yes.
this is going to be pretty important. She's flown all the way over from England to come and play. The captain's put out the call. We need you to bowl, Shimako.
And
Right on the money straight away.
And
And immediately you can see what the Eagles have been missing.
Yes,
She's in the side for her bowling. She can hold a bat, definitely, but her bowling is a primary skill. She opened the bowling for Japan in the East Asia Cup in Kaisuka. She missed the series in China recently, just getting time off university. She's a medical student, so time off is not easy for her. But she was able to spend most of this summer over here on an internship, I believe, and straight away Carrie Chan's reduced to just pushing. She can't attack. Field comes up now as Yanagida's back on strike. This is better cricket after a few overs of, let's just say, something that edged towards mediocrity, back into better quality of cricket now. And Shimako doesn't seem to be
no, body looks
grimacing or
fine.
doesn't seem to be showing any discomfort. It's only been 2 balls, but I'd say early signs are positive.
And I like what she's doing with the field. She's actually
Just 1 out now.
Yep.
Sweeper on the leg side in case she drops short.
It's a more aggressive field for Yanagida. And she's pushing cover into
Short cover now.
Short cover.
Get in the eye line. Yanagita, bit of pressure on. Beats the bat. Bit short, didn't really get up.
Yeah, I wondered if she just rolled the fingers over that. It's from a bit of a cutter or not. But a good start anyways, and as you say, this will help the Eagles' effort in terms of the bowling stocks. She started
well.
Another dot.
She's got a little under edge on that. It was fairly wide. Yanagita trying to chase.
So in the East Asia Cup, it was Kato and Chandel opening bowling unit, was it?
In the October East Asia Cup last year.
Yes.
They opened up. In the East Asia Cup this year, it was Karubi Ota took the new ball.
Right.
So if you get all three of them fitting on the field at the same time, it's a pretty powerful bowling attack.
Yes.
In terms of seam options. And then, spin options. There are still Kyo Fujikawa is nursing a broken finger as well. Broke a finger in training last weekend, which is why we haven't seen her yet. She bowled pretty well last time out. And then, you're looking at Nonoha Yasumoto, who bowled very well in the East Asia Cup in China earlier this year. Yanagita usually bowls a little. Lena Kusuda Nairn, Meg Ogawa, all competing for places in that bowling lineup. Erika Toguchi Quinn as well, of course. Oh, thick edge. Where was that slip?
Yeah. Yeah, no, a good over there from Shimako Kato.
Yeah. Doesn't look in any discomfort either. She seems,
That's good news.
The difference that makes when you get through an over, no extras, just 2 runs from it.
And another drinks break here in Sano.
That's the 10 over mark, so you're supposed to get
Right.
2.5 minutes. It's been 50 minutes to get to this point, so they're not doing too badly, actually. They're actually somehow roughly back on time. We might give ourselves a little breather, shall we? We'll be back in 2 minutes. 54 for 1 at the halfway mark. The Waves feeling pretty good about themselves at the moment, I suspect. Be interesting to know what Coach Bebe had to say through his two batters. Carrie Chan will just be saying, keep doing what you're doing. She's 24 off 22. Maya Yanagita's more of the worry. Taguchi Quinn continues and
Good
starts
start.
with a dot this time. Chan
Yeah, cramped her up.
Space.
Mm.
And she's back over the wicket. I think she's more comfortable bowling over the wicket than left-handers. So it doesn't matter if you're getting hit for a few. If you do what you're more comfortable with. Bit flatter now. That's a good ball.
Mm.
She was tossing them up a bit too much, I think. Perhaps played a bit more longer format cricket in Australia, and T20 cricket. I do think flatter spin will be a bit more effective for you. Now she's got the single that she wanted, and she's got Yanagita back on strike. So Eagles look to attack again. The fielders are all coming in. Just the deep mid wicket, the only fielder out. 5 on the leg side.
Jafter out there, is it? I think
Yeah.
also just helping her teammates with their positioning.
Umpires, of course, wearing red, which is a bit confusing. The team also in red. Well, I would say that Chris is probably a fair bit bigger than most of the players on show. Got that away. And that's going to be a boundary. So, Maya Yanagita, she'll feel an awful lot better after that. Ruchi Quinn will be frustrated. She's just put that high, full toss again. And that's worked around the corner to the fine leg boundary.
It's better just pulling away as a ball has come onto the field from nearby nets. And it's just played late.
Cut to point, no run. Taguchi Quinn, she has, I mean, you know, as a leg spinner, you're always going to concede the odd boundary here and there, but how you respond, I think, is what defines the best leg spin bowlers. Taguchi Quinn seems to come back okay every time she does get hit. Yanagita is definitely looking to be more aggressive now. Heavy swings, not always connecting with them, but it's a bit more intense. Decent over otherwise, just 5 runs from it. Take that one boundary ball out, so it's a very good over. So
Yeah.
59 for 1 after 11. The Eagles will still be looking at that 120 as a target, I think.
Yeah, as you say, plenty of batting to come for the Waves will be looking plenty of batting to come. I think just observing the pitch, it seems to be playing a lot better than yesterday, Alan. It's a lot.
I haven't seen any demons, have you?
Bit more consistent. Yesterday a few balls kept low, surprising the batters, but today I think it's been.
That's chipped in the air, oh, it's safe. So it's a change of bowling again. Shin Kokato scored the 1 over. Nonoha Yasumoto is back on. And Carrie Chan just chipped it. It's landed in that safe space over the bowler's head and in front of mid-on. Back on the 30-yard, 25-yard circle. Brings Yanagita back on strike. So Carrie Chan's a bit becalmed in these last few overs. Hasn't quite been able to get away after the aggressive start she made. Hitting, 2 of her first 3 balls to the boundary. She hasn't really kicked on yet. Still going on a run of ball. 26 now off 25 deliveries. And Yanagita playing more shots.
Oh,
Could be
it's
in
a
trouble here.
good
Oh,
throw.
direct hit, and she was absolutely cooked. Even if the bowler had been able to gather it, throw came in right at the base of the stumps. difficult for the bowler to gather.
Who was the fielder, Alan? Is that... It's a good arm.
Field drops. Carry Chan comes back on strike. Yasumoto still over the wicket to the left arm. That's chipped in the air as well. Should just be one. It is one. I don't think the Eagles will mind this too much. Stop the run of boundaries. 3 singles in this over so far, but none of them convincing, really.
Yeah, I think the Eagles will be looking to restrict the Waves to a score of under 100, ideally.
That's full. Another dot. It's almost Yorker length from Yasumoto. It's good delivery.
Yeah, it's just pleasing to see that the body's holding up and, as you say, doesn't look to be in any discomfort at all, which is good news.
Drifted. Ooh, let's get away with it. Surprised he's given me that one. Wonder if that's just clipped a pad on the way through. Good early call, just another drop and run.
.63 for 1 after 12.
Yeah, 4 off that over, just singles. 3 overs for 18 on Yasumoto with the 1 wicket, so she's doing her job. A few too many extras really delivered by all the bowlers, I'd say, today. Richie Quinn will continue. It's squared up there. Didn't quite know how to play that one.
Yeah.
Up on the back foot and just dropping it at her toes almost.
Yeah, extracting some
Good
turn.
line, got some turn. Oh.
And there's my slip.
Yeah, your slip would have been in play there.
Yeah, it's a good ball. And, yeah, turning, taking the edge.
So this partnership is really building now. It's, feels like they've been together a long time. For the wicket was 10. This partnership's now worth 54.
Kerry Chan using her feet, just playing out onto the off. Long off comes in.
Half stop there.
Just the single taken.
Looking down, our photographer down there is working hard in the sun. No shade for him, I'm afraid.
Oh, again, good turn. Yamagita goes to play a pull stroke and turns, and she ends up getting some bat on it.
Bring it down to the 3rd man.
Kerry Chan again using her feet.
Driven straight, another single. That seems to be the way the Waves are approaching things at the moment. They're just looking for every run that's on offer.
Yeah, 9 wickets in the shed. It's just over 7 overs remaining. It's a perfect position, really, for the batting team. interesting to see who comes in next, who the designated hitter is perhaps, try and up the rate even more.
That could be out. Oh, no. Drop safe. Yeah, I mean, I think Haruni Iwasaki is certainly the aggressive batter. She will play shots. You know, she came out in China and hit her first ball for 6 in one of the games. She won't hang around, but you know, you kind of feel a little bit like you're wasting Jess Adams at the moment. She's batted so well yesterday.
She did.
Was not out yesterday.
Correct.
And I wonder they might be thinking about some changes to the batting order.
Yeah, Jess Adams, 24 not out yesterday, wasn't she? So.
Run a ball. Batter's taking some drinks on.
$32 by according to my app.
Yeah, I suspect that's a bit hotter in the sun as well.
Yeah.
Some pads, some gloves.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's the... Woke up this morning in the hotel, and opposite there's a little football park, and there was some sort of tournament going on, and I felt sorry for the participants, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's 30 degrees at 7 a.m. So there's no escaping it, is there? 5 from that over, Taguchi Quinn, all singles. 68 for 1 after 13. Changing the bowling again. Looks like Hinase Goto is back on. That's the 1 over for Shimiko Kato. And it looks like plenty of the sponsors are arriving now. Lots of people buzzing around, which is good to see. Another ball coming across from the T10. Over on ground 2. Sano started brightly over there. Sakurano Thomas trying to make up for his 1 over for 24. He's 13 off 4 balls.
And quick single taken down. Single, but in the end safe. I think we'll see a lot more of this over the next few overs, just pushing the field, challenging the field.
When you're only 1 down with 7 overs to go, you can take all the risks in the world.
That's it.
Kerry Chan will be looking for boundaries, I reckon, but the 4 fielders are out. Looks like we've got a wicket, long on, long off, and deep cover. That deep cover fielder is pulled into the game. She just dropped back. Single there. And the field all comes in again. There's no one out. Give me no one at all. No fielders.
Yeah.
Everyone's in the circle.
Aggressive tactics here from Erika Oda.
Yeah, the skipper's decided she wants to end this partnership. Scampered single. They are at least running pretty well now, these two. Seem to have got that understanding going. And, I mean, look, the partnership, you said, is up to almost 60 now. Around 10 overs. So, I'll be happy enough with that. Oh,
Stumping
that's
appeal,
out.
gone.
Yeah. Lemon Chung stumps Carrie Chan. Not sure if that was called wide. It was fairly wide outside off stump. She was reaching for it and just overbalanced Carrie Chan, but it's the wicket they wanted, certainly. If you're going to break this partnership, keep Yamagita in. She's not doing any damage, but at last, we've seen the back of their nemesis. Made 30, runnable 30, Carrie Chan.
Yeah, good sharp work there from the keeper.
Yeah, vital breakthrough. More drinks coming on for the fielding side, who are getting slowly cooked out in the sunshine. Let's see who's come out Can't quite see from here, a bit far away. It's going to be one of either Haruna Iwasaki or Jess Adams. My money would be on Iwasaki. She will just come and play a shot of ball. I would see no reason to send out anyone else at this stage. Because with 6 overs to go, really, with this many wickets in hand, you should probably be targeting 10 overs.
Yeah.
And trying to get up to 130. Won't be easy, but it's definitely doable. Requires plenty of running, at least one boundary and over, if not a couple. Inese Goto, she'll be pretty pleased with that wicket. Doesn't look like it from the celebrations. Just having a look at it again. Yeah, it's a pretty sharp bit of work from Lemon Chung. Very nonchalant about it. Was pushed across Carrie Chan. And Lemon Chung has impressed as a wicketkeeper. Quick hands, certainly. She's very low to the ground. So taking a delivery like that, not too much of a problem. And Carrie Chan knew she was out. Didn't even look to the umpire. Just strolled off.
Teammate on teammate.
Yeah.
Good sharp work there from the keeper, and they'll be happy to see the back of Kerry Chan with the Eagles. Can they continue this momentum?
It's a 61-run partnership from 61 balls. So exactly a run a ball, that partnership. And Iwasaki is the new batter. And there she goes, straight away. The field is 2 out, looks like, for the new batter. Single taken from her first ball. Didn't get going yesterday, Haruna Iwasaki, but did play the most glorious cover drive, didn't she?
She did.
Of her first ball, I think.
It was the first ball.
Quinn. Yanagida trying to go over the top. It's just going to squirt away. And at this point for Yanagida, with all the fielders inside the circle, she can just swing as hard as she likes. She's been batting so long, she must have her eye in. Batting should be coming much easier by now. She's 20 or 47.
Yeah, she's...
Chance to try and catch up a little bit.
She has been catching up over the past 2-3 overs.
Yeah, since that drinks break at 10 overs, I think messaging must have been fairly clear from the coach. Get on with it. She is looking to do that now.
But like yesterday, Eastern Waves are on their way to posting a pretty competitive total here.
Yeah, they're well in control of this game. And with the removal of Carrie Chan, the leg spinner is coming back in. She got Iwasaki yesterday, of course. Clean bowled. Shortly after that cover drive we just mentioned. 74 for 2 now. Three overs for 20 to Gucci Quinn so far. She will want wickets to her name. I want to improve on those figures. She's got a chance to do so here. Uppish, but a couple of bounces to the fielder. Just the one.
Tell me, where does Iwasaki play her cricket, Alan?
Another one of the Sendai players. Came through the program up at Sendai University. One of the few that we've had come through. Akari Nishimura was the first, of course. Trailblazer. They're a team that won the Japan Women's League last year and in their first year of trying. It's been a squad that's been building steadily since around 16, maybe 17. A group of players have been working hard together and got themselves to a point where they've got enough players to enter a full team into the Women's League, which is great. Haruna Iwasaki looks very much like the next cab off the rank in terms of talent. She's, like I mentioned, had a real breakthrough innings in the East Asia Cup in China, against China. Made 37, I think, something like that. Won the ball in a big partnership with Erika Oda that day and posted enough runs to get Japan over the line to get the first win. And it sounds bad when I say it was their first win in about 5 years, but you know, COVID did get in the way of that.
Understandable.
I think it was about 3 years. Again, just 2 singles in this over so far, and it's another dot.
Yeah, I know last year the series in Kaizuka, they lost the four games to Hong Kong, but they were competitive. 2 of the games especially.
Well, Iwasaki was Player of the Year last year in the club scene, and she broke her finger in the first game of that series. So those games 3 and 4 that went down to the wire, if she'd been there to come in, might have made a big difference. That is uppish and caught.
Good catch.
Toguchi Quinn has her wicket. Done just enough. And once again, it's Iwasaki. It's her bunny. Caught a cover. It was driven. It was low off the ground, so the fielder's done well to get the fingers underneath it. Polite applause from the sponsors' tent. The spectators are in there. 40 or 50 people down there, I reckon. Buzzing.
Yeah, hopefully they're enjoying the entertainment in front of them. It'll be a very new concept, I imagine. Probably, as our listeners know, baseball's
king.
the king of sport here in Japan. Soccer and basketball would be challenging that in terms of numbers in years to come, perhaps.
Yeah, certainly.
But we also hope cricket over the next decade will continue its progress of growing the player base. And I think that's Jess Adams, Alan, who's...
Definitely Jess Adams coming in. Just trying to work out the catcher for that dismissal. Heard it was Erika Oda, but I'm watching the replay. I'm not sure that's right. One ball to go in this Toguchi Quinn over. She has got Japan to 76. 76, got Japan, what am I talking about? She's got the waves. 76 for 3. Shimiko Kato took the catch. Catching in the covers, safe hands. So Jess Adams, the new batter. 1 ball to face in Toguchi Quinn's spell, which she just drops. So in the end, 1 for 22, Erika Toguchi Quinn. She's brought it back a little bit in that final over. Does seem to get the misfortune of having to bowl at Carrie Chan.
She does. She had that responsibility.
Good enough performance, I think. Just as a leg spin, you're always going to expect to go for a couple of runs, but she has got breakthroughs each time, removed the dangerous Iwasaki. Iwasaki, a player who could have easily got away here. She could easily have put, 15 ball, 20, 25, if she was allowed to bat for any period of time, but driven one and picked out cover. The other 2 batters have been just getting it over the fielder's heads time and time again, or dropping just short. Iwasaki not quite as fortunate. Nanaha Yasumoto is... No? Is that Nanaha Yasumoto? Yes, I think it is. Back on again.
Yeah, you're going to get a 21 off her 48 balls now, so that strike rate's up to 43. So she has been catching up in terms of her run rate. She'll be still looking to be aggressive here, with plenty of wickets in the shed, looking to score off every ball, but the bowling's too good. Play and a miss. This time
That's
uses
gonna
her
be through.
feet.
So, boundary. On the attack again. Good to see some positivity.
Yeah, she almost just used her feet there and cut behind point. Very quick outfield today. Quicker than yesterday anyway, and it ran easy.
Yeah, it definitely is quicker, isn't it? And the ball beats the infield, looking a lot more likely to go if it's any sort of connection. It's a scampered single. Jess Adams made to work for the chance to have a hit.
Yeah, another key wicket here that the Eagles would dearly love to have.
You see Maya Nagita play the shots that she can play. It almost becomes even more frustrating. You know she's capable of doing this stuff. She's not quite sure what she's been doing for the last 15 overs. Very capable of playing some great cricket shots and scoring good runs.
Shot.
And that is a classic example.
Yep.
That's
Perfect. Straight drive.
just boshed straight back over the bowler's head. 4 runs.
Yeah, she looks to be going along nicely now, doesn't she? Perhaps just a more aggressive mindset can sometimes...
It is. And not worrying. I guess she feels she's batted this amount of time now. If she gets out, she feels like she's done her job, and so she can play with a bit more freedom. But actually, if she played with a bit more freedom and scored 26 off 20, she'd be doing a much better job for her team. There is still a bit of a mindset for a lot of the Japanese players. They worry that if they get out, that everything's going to fall apart. But in this competition, there is real strength of batting that's shown from the fact that Ilya Chandel, who's bats in the top 4, sometimes top 3 for Japan, is coming in at 7 or 8 in this team. So there's plenty of batting depth. They really don't need to be worried about throwing their wicket away, being aggressive. I'd much rather the girls were aggressive. Oh, look, we've got a special guest in goal. Sano has made an appearance.
Oh, wow.
City mascot's here. He's got to be hot. I see he's put himself straight in the shade. Sensible.
Yeah. Do you want to describe the mascot to the listeners?
It's a very cuddly-looking dog-like thing with a ramen bowl on his head. A couple of potato sticks tucked into a samurai skirt. So, yeah.
I hope he's well hydrated, because that's got to be hot. But yeah, a famous figure here in Sano, and
Absolutely.
I might skip out for a photo later on.
Yeah, the innings break if he's still around. So Emerson Phil Sells back. I think that's a smart move, because at the moment, 86 for 3 off 16. I don't know how Yasumoto went for 10 in that last over. Yanagida striking a couple of boundaries. She's up to 30 not out now from 53.
And yeah, Phil Sal has just bowled the 2 at the top.
Yeah, so
She
2 at
only-
the top, 2 at the bottom, looks like.
Yeah, only went for the four runs in the first 2 overs.
Yeah, she looks sharp. I would have been inclined to bring her back for at least an over in that middle spell. I think
Against-
break that partnership.
Yeah, roll the dice.
Look, a couple of good overs here, and they could easily keep them underneath 100, actually. So this game's not quite cooked yet. The waves have battled. That's how the Eagles approach the chase will be key. That is a good shot. No, it's not. It's straight to the fielder and taken.
Taken.
That is Jess Adams looking to clear the infield. Couldn't get over it. Phil Sell has a wicket. She spent a bit of time placing the field before that delivery, making sure she got her exactly where she wanted. And we saw one of a catch just like that go down at the start of the game, didn't we?
We did.
And that one held on safely. So Emerson will be relieved after seeing a catch go down off her bowling at the start.
And a big wicket too.
It looks like Erica Toguchi-Quinn took the catch, so picked out the wrong fielder there, I think. Jess Adams. Okay, so 86 for 4 then. And let's see who the new batter is.
Yeah, they've done well these last sort of few overs, have the Eagles. At one stage, we were talking 120 plus
Yeah, we
score.
were. Just bringing it back. It's funny, isn't it? Because they've seemed more aggressive after the drinks break, but the wickets have gone. There are 54 at the turn, 54 from 1 at the 10 over mark. And they've scored another 35 runs, or 32 runs, sorry, in the 6.2 overs since. They've gone at a run of ball, but they've lost the 3 wickets. Emerson Phil Sal's got a tail up. Half a shout.
Yeah, she deserved that
Kari
wicket.
Nishimura, the new batter. Batted at the top of the order yesterday. Not got a lot of time to play herself in. She's someone who doesn't usually come out and hit boundaries straight away. Much more of a touch player. She's got a scamper here. She needs bat on ball. The field's not too spread. 2 out on the offside, 1 out on the leg side. Emerson Phil Sal's bowling an absolute gem of an over right now.
She is.
No runs from it yet. 1 ball to go. Bowling a wicket maiden in the 17th over. That would be a pretty good way to help your team get themselves back in this game. Definitely a competitor. 18 years old, Emerson Phil Sal. Impressive cricketer. And there you go. Off stump, peg back. Double wicket maiden. Going to be the result of this over.
This is a great over.
Kari Nishimura unable to contribute to the team's efforts. So, looks like the skipper is the new batter. Ahilia Chandel, I'm going to say. Again, coming in at 7.
Yeah, she...
Just having a look at that delivery again. She set her up with a couple wide. So a bit shorter, a bit wider, and then went in full and straight.
Chandel came to the wicket yesterday, but didn't actually face a ball.
Oh, I think she was 0 off 6 yesterday.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
couldn't get the ball away.
Right.
She'll have to... Well, it'll be interesting now, because, you know, she should be looking to throw the bat, but a bit of a mini collapse happening at the moment. The fall of
Yes.
Carrie Chan has brought wickets coming quickly. 2 in the last 4 deliveries.
Was it Jafta from a different end?
Looks like
She-
Gandhi Jafta has come on. Looks like a smart move, if you ask me. We've seen 4 wickets fall in the last 3 overs.
Yeah, good comeback here from the
4 for
Eagles.
15 at the moment. So, yeah, a bit of a mini collapse in place. So, Gandhi Jafta, she has 2 overs left as well. So, looks like that'll be the closeout. Maya Nagita is still there, of course.
Yes.
She's got herself down the other end. Shingle the first ball of the over. Emerson Phil Sal, 3 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 4.
Yeah. And she deserves that. She's...
Standout bowler on show so far today, that's for sure. By some distance. Gandhi Jafta, of course, 2.1 overs, none for 4. So she's not giving away much either. So the Waves have got a bit of a task on their hand here, actually, to get themselves up to 100. Chandel, the left-hander.
Yeah, it'll be interesting the chase following the innings break, Alan, as to the Eagles. I think they'll be a little bit disappointed yesterday with the batting effort. There were some 1 or 2 good partnerships. But I think they'd be confident to chase a score of around 100 and 110. I think the wicket's a lot better than it is yesterday.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think, you know, the Eagles are going to be looking at this innings, and they're going to be looking at the 19 extras they've given away,
Yes.
15 wides. You know, you take those out, and suddenly the score is more like, you know, low 70s.
True.
And you're right in that one. I mean, look, you expect at this level of cricket, we do expect to see some wides. That happens. I think yesterday we saw, I think one of the only teams only bowled 7 wides in their innings, which, you know, I think I can understand wides if you're trying to do something specific. If you're trying to bowl wide Yorkers and you just miss a target, I don't mind it so much. But when it's just a leg side, oh, that's up in the air, that's going to be safe. But yeah, chance is coming at the moment. Jafta and Phil Sale are all over the Waves batters. And the Eagles just sensing an opportunity to haul themselves back into this game, having been behind from the off, really. They made a good start in that opening spell. You mentioned Phil Sale's opening 2 overs, just conceded 4 runs. Change bowlers hurt them, really. Like Canada's 1 over for 8. Included 6 wides, and then Hinase Gotov's first over conceded 3 wides. But Hinase Gotov's second over was where the wicket of Carey Chan fell, and that's where everything changed. Although actually I would say that everything changed with Shima Kokato's 1 over. Came over the ball, that 1 over which just went for 3 runs.
Yeah.
And then the following over, Carey Chan gets stumped.
Yep.
So
a momentum shift.
it was a bit of a momentum shift. She's only bowled 1 over, but it was played its part in impacting the innings. Imagine if she bowled 3.
Again, that last over of Jafta just going for the 4. So 18 gone here now. 90 for 5. 2 remaining. And it'll be back to Phil Sale, who
Singles.
will be difficult to get away. Even the intent is there to swing and find boundaries, Alan, but it's not easily done against the quality of Phil Sale's bowling.
Yeah, you've got to try and use the pace, I think. You've got to try and just get bat on ball, particularly down behind the wicket. If you can just get a thick edge, you know. There's no third man in. Just the 1 boundary rider on the offside.
True, so you'd be...
1 and 2 on the leg side. So
ideally...
behind square on the offside is where I'd be looking. Somehow try and get the ball. Well, it's gone there, but more through the keeper's gloves. Very good stumping from Lemon Chung to get rid of the dangerous Carey Chan. But she let a couple go through her for buys. She won't be too chuffed with. Brings Yanagita back on strike. She's 32 not out now from 55 deliveries.
It'll be interesting to see if Yanagita again just moves around the crease, moves her feet to try and open up some space here, as you say, especially behind the wicket, using the pace of Phil Sale.
It's worth mentioning that the Waves have made changes to their team as well. Ooh,
That's a wide one. That's going to go for 4 buys.
5 wides, I think. That's just slipped, obviously. That was a horrible delivery. 5 no balls in the end, I think it's been called.
I wonder if it was a variation ball, perhaps.
Clearly, it's just slipped out of her hand and gone miles away. Nowhere near the pitch. But just looking at the changes that they made, of course, Kurumi Ota bowled an excellent spell yesterday. She's out of the side today. So they'll be looking at Elena Kasuda Nayan, Ruan Kanai, Megal Gower, Ayaka Kato Stafford will all be bowling their overs along with Ahilia Chandel and Jet Adams. Carey Chan may well bowl as well. So we've got a lot of bowling options for Waves.
That's a better delivery from Phil Sale. Back on target, beating the bat.
Yeah, that slip from Phil Sale just hurt her figures a little bit. Still pretty good figures, but move away 5 extras in the 1 delivery. It does hurt.
She's got the radar back now.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what she was trying to. Just seeing a replay of that delivery. it's quite something. It's very clearly slipped out of her hand. Kids these days, of course, be worried about becoming a meme.
Yeah, mate, Gita looking to use her feet. I think Fusao just banged it in a bit shorter there, cramped her up, no run.
Yeah, Mr. Phil Sell was hands over her face when that one slipped out. She obviously was trying something. I don't mind that she's trying something. Although what I would say is that she's bowling so well normally, I don't think she needs to try any variations at this point. They can't play her.
You may have just picked up the sirens passing by the road adjacent here to the international ground. It's the first time I've seen an ambulance or a police officer travelling at speed, Alan. I'm amazed.
You get a lot of police officers because an awful lot of people get fined on this road.
Right.
You chat to most of the JCA staff, it's only a 40 speed limit, which is frankly ridiculous. But the local constabulary like to pull people over into the car park behind us and dish out their fines. Don't talk to Dougal Bedingfield about that. Picked up a pretty expensive one. The size of the fine dictated by the speed you're travelling. There we go. See Sano Mario on our screen. You don't need to.
Really?
You don't need to describe him too much. I think he might have had his chips. You know, not down there anymore. I think that might have been his lot.
So final over here of the innings. 97 on the board currently. 6 balls remaining, and it's Jafta who will bowl those.
Yeah, 7 from that over in the end. Just the one off the bat though. So Vincent Phil Sell. Impressive again. Gandhi Jafta has just conceded 7 from her 3 overs. 8 now. 98 the score for 5. So looking like they'll get 100. They'll be hoping for a boundary or 2 in this over to get them closer to 110. But all in all, I think they'll be satisfied rather than happy, the Waves, with the way the innings has gone. Yanagita's going to be batting the full 20 overs at this rate.
Yeah, her figures looking more respectable now. 34 of 62 balls. So the strike rate's up over 50, 54.
Chandel 2 of 5. Big shots, please, Ahilia. See what you got. Yes, just picks out the fielder, but goes for the single. Not a problem there. And, you know, something, Garth, I make this point whenever I watch games of cricket, particularly at the level that we play. You see this a lot in the last 3-4 overs. Hitting it straight to a fielder and running.
Yes.
You can do it all innings long.
You can.
Sure, it's a risk.
Yep.
But more often than not, at this level, it's a risk you get away with. It's a calculated risk that works.
Yep.
Pressure on fielders, we don't see it enough all innings long.
No.
And it would make such a difference. You know, there's an extra 20 odd runs out there, probably.
Oh, yeah. And it happens at all levels, Alan, and women's and men's cricket. Yeah, I must watching a lot of domestic cricket here in Japan. I do get upset sometimes with the running between the wickets, such a key part of the game. Ideally, it's a important communication between the batters that.
Just lost a line a bit there. It's interesting to see if umpire Fergate calls that. Nope. Giving that as runs. Does it come off something?
We had 3 balls for 3 runs.
100's up.
4.
101. 2 balls to go. Close out the innings here.
Can she find a boundary to finish?
Well, she's going to get another go at it.
Right. Oh, stumping opportunity perhaps, but in the end, safe. dot ball. Eagles will love this. A bit of momentum to carry through into the break before they come out and chase this total down. I'd love to finish with a dot or a 1.
Yeah, it's been a better day for the Eagles in the end. I mean, despite all the extras they've bowled, they've kept the waves, stopped them from getting away, really. Yesterday it felt like the waves, particularly in that partnership with Adams and Kerry Chan, really felt like the waves had got away from them. But today, it doesn't feel like that's happened at all. You take the extras out, and the score's closer to 80. So the Eagles are in the hunt here. Last ball of the innings. And that's safe. Scampered. In the end, I reckon that's a bye. Is it a bye? Is it a signal a bye, or is it given as a run? There might have been something on that. 103, anyway, the final score. 103 for 5. Yanagida finishes 35 not out, was signalled as a bye. 35 not out from 65 deliveries. Kerry Chan, 30 off 30. No one else really got going. The next big contributor was S. Undries, 27 extras, 9 byes, 1 leg bye, 1 no ball, and 16 wides. So, pick of the bowl, Emerson Phil Sell, 2 for 6 from her 4 overs, which is remarkable considering 5 of those came off 1 delivery. Nona Yasumoto, 1 for 28 from her 4, a bit expensive today. Bowled a couple of wides. Gandhi Jafta, none for 12. Bowled better than those figures suggest. Ayaka Kanna, just the 1 over. Exceeded 6 wides in that. She went for 8 runs in total. Hinsei Goto, 2 overs, 1 for 14. The big wicket of Kerry Chan. Erika Taguchi Quinn, 4 overs, 1 for 22. And Shimako Kato, just the 1 over, 3 runs. Short break, around 10 to 15 minutes. Garth and I will be back to talk through the second innings. Garth, your final thoughts on that?
Yeah, as you say, I think Eastern Waves will be satisfied, not overly happy, because at one point they were looking around 120. But 103 is still a competitive total, and won't be easy for the Eagles to chase down, but please do join us in a few minutes for the chase.
Welcome back, everyone. The Eagles are out in the middle. The Waves got the new ball in hand. Skipper Hillier Chandel's at the top of the mark. Inase Goto, Erika Oda, the two batters. Eagles skipper is at the non-striker's end, and Inase Goto is ready to take the first ball. Target is 104 to level the series at 1-1 and send us into a decider tomorrow. Decent start, just pushed behind point for a single. Garth, sat here with me. What do you think?
Yeah, look, it's a par score, I'd say. One that the Eagles are capable of chasing down. Be interesting to see how Erika Oda approaches her innings today. She was a little slow yesterday. The wicket, I believe, is a lot better, and I think she'll enjoy the ball coming on more consistently.
Yeah, another player who really struggled to play her natural game, felt like.
Yeah, because
she's capable of scoring quickly. She's known as one of the quickest scorers in Japan.
Yes. Yeah, a powerful player that you want in this format, opening.
Of course, Hillier Chandel's a difficult bowler to face. Accurate, decent pace. Left arm angle just makes life a bit harder as well.
Yes, especially if she's getting some movement, some swing or seam.
And a few of our usual fellas in the comments box. Todd Luckhurst is there again. It's driven uppishly and a bit of confusion. Probably was a single there if they'd run it quickly, but not the best bit of communication between the two batters. Yeah, Todd and Mark are still watching. Rohit Balyan, who, let's just say, is watching with a more critical eye. Wants a closer up camera. Perhaps we could put the camera on the umpire's shirt, Rohit. Would that be better? He's also calling out Mai for her slow scoring, but ultimately Yanagida has got the runs. She scored 35 runs, which is almost half the total. So I'm sure everyone would like to see her score a little bit quicker, but runs are runs. Someone's got to get them. Over to the Eagles now. See how they can go.
Inase Goto just stepping out to defend that, but beaten.
Still a bit raw, Inase Goto, as a batter. Not quite where she might want to be. 2 runs from the first over.
You may have heard the school bell there. It's signalling 12 o'clock here. Of course, we're commentating in what used to be a high school here in Tanuma, Sano. We're commentating from what we call the school end.
We haven't really settled on names.
Right. I've heard the mountain end.
The school end and the mountain end, I think, is probably my preference.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to
Or
bring...
it's going to be the tea room end, we see. Tea room's still a new addition.
True.
The Tanama High School end is probably the appropriate term. Carrie Chan has the ball in hand. Looks like she's going to open. So opening with the left arm spin. It's an interesting take. 2 fielders out, sweepers on both sides. Be interesting to see whether Erika Oda goes on the offensive here. Hopefully she does. Driven straight to short cover. No run. Carrie Chan certainly all-action player. Keeps involved in the game. Likes to be involved all the time. Worked into the left side.
Nice.
Should be at least 1. If they turn quickly, they'll get 2 there. I think that's the kind of thing we were just talking about at the end of the last inning, wasn't it, guys? I think there was 2 there if you run that first one hard and turn quickly and commit to it right away. It was in the gap. The fielder after it was Ruan Kanai, who's not the quickest along the ground.
Yeah, fair comment.
I think if they're going to get this score, they need to take every run on offer. Unless they Goto back on strike. prodding forward. I think there might have been an edge in that, and the keeper's put it down. There's all sorts happening.
Yeah, it would have been interesting if she held on to that, whether the finger would have gone up or not.
Extracting a little bit of turn, Carrie Chan. There you go. 2 on
Yeah,
offer
there's-
again.
yeah,
Are they going to
look,
take it this
turn.
time? Goto is quicker coming back to
Yes.
the danger end. And this time they do. I've got a radio straight to the batter's gaff. And they know. Take on the fielder. 2 runs that time. It's better.
Yeah, good running and positive intent from both batters here. The opening 2 overs.
We talked a lot about the power play and what it means. They brought that fine leg up into the circle now.
Well, they're doing
Definitely only a single now.
Yeah, that's taken on the field. That's what you want there. You're talking about.
Wonder if they noticed the fielder had just moved a little bit wider. But yeah, I mean, we were talking before about how the urgency is so important and putting pressure on the field. That's a full toss. That's where we
Shot.
go.
That's Erica Older, we know.
Carved through the offside for 4 runs. First
Yeah.
boundary of the innings. And we were talking earlier, weren't we, about how Carrie Chan herself is so adept at putting the bad balls away.
Yes.
We've seen Erica Older put one away.
Mm.
Now we'll find a ball of that second over, and hopefully that gives her the confidence to move on and chase this total. Suddenly the score's at 10 after 2 overs.
Yeah, even before Erica hit that boundary 4, I've noticed she was a lot more positive than she was yesterday. She was very hesitant yesterday, and as you say, not her natural game, but I think she's probably faced 5, 6 balls. Yeah.
5 or 7.
She's busy. She's looking to turn the ball onside. Yeah, she started well, and for the sake of her team, long may it continue.
Yeah, contribution from her is going to be vital to the team's chances. Hinase Goto, I think getting runs really that Hinase brings are almost a bonus. She's there at the top of the order just to try and force things. She's got a terrific hand-eye, as Hinase, but she hasn't played a huge amount of cricket, so the game sense isn't quite there yet. She's got fast hands. You can give her some width, and she really throws those hands at it. And there are opportunities for run scoring.
As you were talking about yesterday, Alan may have not played on the grass wicket, had much experience on the grass wicket.
No, certainly not. So they'll be going to Vanuatu soon and playing on the hybrid wicket. Vanuatu, of course, so that'll be a different challenge again. Just picked up the fielder.
Yeah, I saw an ICC report on that hybrid wicket being quite successful.
Yeah, we have done a bit of research into trying to see if it was something that we could do here. It's one of those things, it's a huge initial cost to get it put in. Really, like, you've got to fly the machine in.
Wow, yeah.
But once it's here, we could actually technically put in a whole load of strips.
Right.
And then once it's put in, you don't really need to maintain it that much.
Right.
So it's the kind of thing that could possibly pay for itself over a couple of years. But how we go about getting the machinery in and all that sort of thing, it's not that easy. So particularly with Japanese customs, they're like, what on earth is this thing? So it's definitely of interest. Let's see if we can find someone within Japan who could actually create something. That tends to be the way that we go about things. That's a good delivery, beating the bat from Chandel. She's 4 dots in a row in this over, and she's got the measure of, I'm going to say Goto, I reckon. You can see on the screen plenty of people doing a bit of a have-a-go session down behind at sort of third-man area. Good to see spectators in watching the game, seeing the Japan women's team players in action. That's going to be a wide, I reckon. No, he's there to get away with it. They're giving them a bit of leeway on this leg side today, aren't they, Garth? I've seen that a few times. Not sure how that's not called a wide, to be honest.
Yeah, it's got away with one there.
It can't be brushing the pad every time. And that's a maiden. So, terrific over from Chandel. I wonder if it's a conscious decision to perhaps see her out and try and go after the other bowlers.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if she's getting some movement there. She's certainly on a good
swing.
line. Yeah. Not easy, the left armour facing, especially if you haven't experienced it much. Just a different angle.
Left arm from both ends as well, because Chandal's bowling left arm over, Carrie Chan's bowling left arm round and rolling her fingers across it. Seeing the spin. Ten off 3, so they need 5 and over. Still feel there's that just 2 out either side. Because I was just going to say, Garth, we've seen in the games that we've watched so far that it doesn't really matter. The power play doesn't seem to make that big an impact because so much of the time there's only 2 fielders out anyway.
Yeah, true.
When Carrie Chan was going, we had all 4 out, but that was about it. And yesterday, much of the time, there was really only 2 fielders out for a lot of the bowlers. So there are gaps there if you're willing to take the risk and try to hit over the top, and that's what I'm going to say Golto's got to try and do. And
Stumped.
tried to there, tried to come down the pitch, showed a bit of aggression. Carrie Chan has the last laugh. Caroline Nishimura, quick with the hands, whips the bails off. And they say Golto's on their way. So those 2 players have dismissed each other in this game. Stumpings both times. Keeper's very much in the game, I suspect. We'll see Gandhi Jafta coming in next. They don't bat especially deep, the Eagles. Going to need contributions in their top order.
Yeah, just looking at the scorecard yesterday, Alan Jafta made 17 off 23. It was really only her and Lemon Chung's contribution of 24 that got the Eagles up to around, 85 was it?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they promote Lemon Chung. In fact, that might even be her coming in now.
What I did like about Lemon's innings yesterday is her busyness. She was dropping and running. She was moving around the crease. She was playing lap shots.
Yeah, she hit her first ball to the boundary, and then the rest of the time she was just moving it around. That does look like Lemon coming in. Could be wrong. Could be Gandhi. Can't tell. They're too far away. But I would be certainly looking at a promotion for Lemon Chung. I think she came in at 7 or 8 yesterday. Probably is Gandhi Jafta, I reckon. But Lemon, of course, she played Carrie Chan very well.
Yes.
Yes, it is Gandhi Jafta who's come in, but I think with the decisions that open with Carrie, to counter that with Lemon wouldn't have been the worst call, but they've gone with a settled approach. Jafta's in at 3. Coach Dino is walking around, stalking around the outfield. Into the scorer's scoreboard operator's tent.
Yeah, get in that shade.
Ball hit uppishly, but dropped short of the fielder. No extras so far, I don't think. So immediately a difference that we can note.
Oh, beats the bat. Nice bit of turn there for Carrie Chan. Jafta looking just to stroke that through to the covers, but beaten.
Dropped Aya Stafford at mid-off. No run. Turning to get over this. We've seen just 1 run in the last 11 balls for the fall of 1 wicket, so the Eagles just digging themselves a bit of a hole. Probably could have got a single there if they really wanted it.
I was thinking that on the previous ball, actually, after it beat the initial fielder. But end of the over.
11 for 1 after 4.
Yeah, so something's got to give
Just
here.
a single off the last 2 overs for the fall of 1 wicket. I suspect we'll see a change. It looks like Elena Kasuda-Nairn's going to have a ball. Brought into the team today. Took the new ball in Kaizuka when she played a couple of games. I think she... Did she take the new ball? She didn't take the new ball on debut, but She might have done in her second game.
Did she take
She
like a
took-
3 for or a 4 for in one of the
She
games?
took a 3 for
Yeah.
in one of the games, I think. And she took the new ball here in the J Bash All Stars back in late April, perhaps. It was.
Playing with a kookaburra ball,
Yeah,
um,
cooks today.
which I guess would be used in Vanuatu, Alan.
Suspect so,
Same,
yeah, it
yep.
might be a slightly more upgrade type of ball, but using the Kookaburra turf must be the rejects today, I think. But they're good balls. So I think it was the rejects yesterday, and now we're using the proper 4 top quality Cougars. Not quite hit the gap, but they've managed to get the single.
Yep.
It's good running. Lane and Nairn has this outswinger that sort of starts middle and leg and just hits the top of off. And when she gets it right, it's a killer delivery. Does admit to getting a few nerves. I don't think she'll be too nervous today, although maybe she will be, having been left out yesterday and brought in today. As we said, there's still places up for grabs for this tour to Vanuatu.
Right, a squad of 15? Is it
14.
14.
15 for the regional final. They get an extra player for only one step down from the World Cup. Wide called.
Yeah, our first extra scene from the Waves, but in stark contrast to the Eagles innings. I think they finished with perhaps 19 extras around there perhaps.
Yeah, more than that. 27.
Oh,
in the end, I
was it?
think.
Wow. I'm thinking the game before perhaps. But yeah, too many at this grade level. Back online. After swings
That's
out
over the top.
towards
And that was going to just stop up before the boundary, I think. And I'll come back for a couple. Would have liked to see them push a bit harder.
yeah, just a bit full there from the bowler and down leg. Just first over, first game. And dropped. Better delivery.
Early chance.
Chance, but hit solidly and just fielder went with the reverse cup. It was in and out. Been a good catch, but opportunity not taken.
It's well stopped by IS Cato Stafford.
Just paddled round the corner,
Fine
wasn't it?
leg, yeah. If that goes past her, she had a bit of a chase on her hands. Got down well. Released quickly, so 5 from that over. Just getting things moving again, a bit more aggression.
Yeah, 16 for 1. Run rate required at this stage just under 6. But
Looks like Jess Adams got the ball in hand.
now,
4 for 13 yesterday from her 4 overs, so
yes, scooped up the award for most valuable player
she did indeed.
alongside her runs. 24 runs and yeah, 4 for 13. Wow, what a game!
Yeah, and then went down to the Tadabashi Matsuri. Had a great evening. So good day for Jess all round, I think.
It's a local festival, is it?
It is, yeah. Lots of people carrying stuff and parties and food and all-round festivities. Good bit of culture for the girls to experience.
Was it a fireworks display or not? No.
I'm not sure. I didn't see any fireworks yesterday, but I don't want to
Because
down
it's-
the shutters. And I tend to get block out the outside world once the sun goes down. There's something on that again.
Yeah.
Again, these legs are wide. It's not being pulled, so there must have been something on that. I can't see why these aren't being pulled wide. That's a decent looking shot, but fielder's out there, so just the one.
Yeah, fielder and quickly off the boundary to stop the second being taken. Good fielding.
Fielder's nice and close in there.
Yeah, and her eye line. Yes.
Can you see who that is? I reckon that's Haruna Iwasaki. Right in the batter's face. Both mid off, both right up close.
Kerry Chan, the other one, mid on.
With a, I think it's a silly mid on, isn't it? With
Yeah.
a lane in there and a more orthodox mid on.
Yeah, I tell you what, they've both been in the action, those fielders.
Putting the squeeze on.
Just
Just one from this over.
almost bowling wicket to wicket here, Jess Adams, just straight, and it's a good tactic.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Strong field.
Just,
That one will get called.
yes.
Where would you be looking to score, Garth? When she's bowling, she said pretty straight, so trying to access that area behind square on the offside is difficult. There we go.
Shot.
Gone into the onside. It's going to go safe and one bounce four. Fielder out there didn't judge that particularly well. If she'd run around the boundary, she might have been able to get hold of that, but I think she just lost it in the sun.
Yeah, is it Sarah Kasumi? Perhaps
Kasumi's on as a sub fielder, I think. Does take a good catch, so Kasumi, but that was the release boundary that they needed just to get that over back to where it needed to be. So that was a costly wide from Jess Adams, the ball before.
Yeah, it's a good shot from
She's
Eric
really
Holder.
fetched that, Eric Holder, quite far outside of off stumps. So
Yeah.
again, shows what she's capable when she does swing the arms. It's Gandhi Jafta actually who said that, is it? I'm trying to see. No, it was Eric Holder.
Yeah, look, for the sake of the Eagles, if Erica can bat 5, 6 overs, she usually, her natural game is to score quickly.
Yeah,
She's a
very much
powerful
so.
player, and yeah, she'll be an important part of the chase here for the Western Eagles, looking to tie the series. They're 1-0 down.
Yep, indeed. Looking to level things up, set up a finale for tomorrow, which will be good, I think, for everybody. And we've got the power play finished now, so it's 22 for 1 after the first 6. So, look, they're a little bit behind the rate. The required rate is still below 6.
Yeah,
But I think they do need, we saw it in the first innings, there's 1 or 2 big overs can make a huge difference. And when the change bowlers come in, at the moment we're still really looking at the frontline bowlers here for the Waves. It'll be interesting to see how they marshal. They've still got Ruan Kanai didn't have a great time with the ball yesterday. Meg Ogawa can be a little bit inconsistent, so it'll be interesting to see. There's no Eric Krumi Ota today. Maya Nagida may have a bowl. She's still nursing that hand. And of course, Ayakato Stafford bowled pretty well yesterday.
she did.
I'm sure she will be wanting to get a few overs under her belt. Talking of Kato Stafford, is that not called wide again?
Yeah,
I don't understand how these aren't being called. I'm
Yeah.
baffled.
I'm just wondering if Jafta herself is thinking, did I miss the wide signal there, or is it not given? again, surely. This time. No. We are probably
The
over
umpires have
100
obviously
metres.
decided to give them some leeway down
Right.
that side. I mean, I
Right.
can't, but I don't know why they're giving so much. They're giving far too much.
Yeah, there was certainly anything down leg yesterday was called wide, correct?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Driven out to long off, who comes into field and just a single taken. It's a short mid off in place, but the ball bouted past her.
And he's not calling that either. I can't understand
It's
how
time
these
full.
are not being called some of these
Punched
wides.
Over
That is a
and
good
on,
shot.
4 runs to Eric Alder.
Just looking back at some of these previous balls in this over that haven't been called wide, it's just left me tearing my hair out.
Erica now on 15 of her 14 balls.
Yeah, she hits well
She's-
straight. You've seen that there. Crashed, and that's putting pressure back on the bowler. Decent response. Over the top again. Is that going to land safe? Yep, it is. It's a single, but again, positive batting from Oda.
Yeah, not a bad ball at all from Elena Kusuda-Naran. Just dug out from Alder. 28 for 1. The Western Eagles chasing the Eastern Waves total of 103 to tie the series. The concept here in the inaugural Women's Premier League, Alan, is the east or the west of Mt Fuji, Fuji-san, known here in Japan. The concept being if you were born east of Mt Fuji, you were playing for the Waves. West, you were playing for the Eagles.
Yeah, that only applies to the current Japan national squad members or players who have represented Japan in the past.
Right.
So that's how we've done that. So a couple of players who are of Japanese heritage playing, who are not currently in the squad or have never been in the squad previously, they've just been divided out along with the players who've come in from overseas to try and even out the squads.
Right.
Jess Adams continues, nice and full. And Oda just pushes that straight back.
Shot.
Cross batted again, hasn't quite hit the gap.
Mm.
We've got 3 fielders out now, all in the V pretty much. You've got sort of a wide, well, almost extra cover, isn't she? Kata Stafford down there on the boundary. Long on. And mid wicket, and it looks like square legs now drop back too.
Yeah.
So. Jafta on strike, should be looking offside for boundary options. Confusion, the batter's not running, she's just standing there.
Don't.
Well, she
give
could have
up.
made that back.
Yes, I
And
agree.
she's just stood there.
Yeah.
Very odd from Gandhi Jamshed all the time. Erica Oda was basically next to her. She made no attempt to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's burned
Not-
herself there, I'm afraid.
Yeah, not a kind of a thing you want to see as a teammate. Just really gave up from the beginning. Yeah. Just having a look at the replay here.
Erica Oda sets off straight away. It's her call. She's looking at her. She can see that she's running, but she just doesn't want to run. And turns around, she's actually never left her crease.
Yeah, I was watching the umpires after that to see what the ruling actually would be.
To check who the fielder was.
But
oh, hang on, she's been given out LBW. So I've got my radio here with me. Let's just have a look at this again, because there's all sorts going on here. We thought it was a run out. Got my radio direct line to the umpires. She has been given out LBW, so that's why she didn't run.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. She's seen the finger go up.
Okay.
And that's why Erica has thrown her head back, because she was out LBW. Didn't realise that...
yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, there's no double play in cricket. And,
yes, because Erica would have been in trouble.
It did look a good shout. It did look like it was going on to hit the stump, so good decision there. And
solid decision from umpire Thurgate. He's in control of things.
And the changing room will be all the more better for it. It wasn't an awkward run out.
Catastrophic run out. Looks like Shimako Kato has come to the crease now. 29 for 2, halfway through the 8th over. So a big wicket, that one, for the Waves. I would say that just tilts Winviz back in their favour, perhaps. Required rates up at 6 and over, so they need to run a ball now. And they've been very disciplined, the Waves bowling attack. Hit into the offside, and no call, no run.
Yeah, I think I've watched Shimiko bat a couple of times. And,
yeah, she did well down in Kozuka.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came in, started at sort of batting 7 or 8, I can't remember where, and then she scored a few runs down there and got quickly promoted up into the top 4. Oh, she's got away with that. And again, they're not running.
Like the intent, though. She was looking to pop that over Calc corner. There is space out there, apart from deep mid wicket and long on. But, she was eyeing up that space, the previous ball.
That's driven straight, so there's a single there.
Yeah, didn't have a bat yesterday, correct?
Shimako Kato?
Yeah.
She came and went pretty quickly. Didn't make too many. Made a couple. Came in at 4.
That's right, you're right. She made 6. I have it here. Yep.
So just 2 from that over. Jess Adams turning the screw again. 30 for 2 after 8. Now, if memory serves, the Waves were 40 for 1 after 8 overs, with 10 wides bowled at the time. And as we look at the scorecard here, so far we've just seen 2 wides bowled by Western Eagles, and that's the difference.
That's the difference. Yep.
2 wides, 1 leg by.
Yep.
Discipline in the bowling is very clearly what's having the impact. Of course, I might have to caveat that a little bit. The umpires have been a bit more generous with the Waves in their innings with the wide calling so far. Sorry, that'll be my radio going off again. Not giving me anything interesting at this point. So, change of bowling. Meg Ogawa is going to come into the attack. Her first bowl in the Women's Japan Premier League. Let's see how she goes. Another one pushing her case for inclusion for the tour to Vanuatu. There'll be a few nerves.
Yeah. Meg, a local cricketer. What club does she play for?
She came through the program in Akishima. Played Cricket
Okay.
Blast when I first arrived in Japan. She was one of the first players, certainly the first female to come through the program. Had to give up cricket from junior high school. Got pulled into a basketball Bukatsu. Bukatsu is the sports club in Japan. She went pretty far with that. She,
Right.
in her first trial of the basketball, she went through to the top 50 players in Japan in her age group.
Oh.
Over the next sort of 5-6 years, she played a lot of basketball, and she had to undergo surgery, I think, on both her knees. Did a cruciate ligaments on both, which has certainly played a part in her bowling. She's usually heavily strapped when she plays cricket, but was always very keen to get back to the game she loved. And as soon as she graduated high school, she was back into the cricket program and back at the national team trials. Yeah. That's a
shot.
great shot.
Run hard, sorry.
Not
And
running hard at all.
Yeah.
And
Look,
Shimako,
and
Shimako is still, lots of talk about her back injury, and perhaps that's why she's not running. But she,
Right.
like I said, she saw her bowl an over where she didn't look in too much trouble, and she's not running twos. It makes it hard. She's going to have to hit boundaries if she's unable to run twos.
yeah, an opportunity missed on the previous ball. It was, especially with the misfield. But Eagles need every run they can gather at this stage, chasing down 104 for victory. And that is a no ball. It's been ruled that it has bounced twice before the crease. So another extra.
And free hit. Hasn't got hold of that at all. Wasted opportunity. Shimako Kato unable to get that free hit away. Yeah, this required run rate suddenly starting to rise, going up towards 6.5 and over. Can get away from you quite quickly in the run chase if you're not hitting the boundaries you need, or at least scampering the runs. Keep yourself in the game. Well,
Not a bad over from Megagawa.
and 9 overs gone. The Waves remain on top, 33 for 2.
Yeah,
Just 74 runs still required.
been impressed with the Waves fielding placements and some good energy in the field. So just there, great throw from the boundary from Ayaka Kato Stafford, strong arm, and also Seika Sumi out there running around, lots of energy in the field. It's good to see.
Yeah,
Every
as a
ball.
unit, they seem to have come together very well.
Yeah.
The Waves, they seem to know their roles. They've got good fielders in the right place.
Yeah, and it's the work off the ball, isn't it?
Kato
Get-
Stafford's going to have a ball now. Leg spinner. We talked about this yesterday. If you're going to attack any bowler, you'd think the 13-year-old leg spinner would be the one. And again, they've just run one there. It's clearly 2 on offer, all the way to the long leg boundary. Ruan Kanai down there who doesn't move particularly well. And they've just run one. So
Leaving runs
I
out
can
there.
assure you that Coach Dino will be pulling his hair out. Well, no aggression there. Or they're just going to work out
Yeah,
how to play it.
I can feel something's going to give here, whether it's...
Shimako Kato, sorry. Orders down at the non-striker's end now after that single. And straight up in the air, it's going to be 6 runs. Well, short arm jab. I didn't see that coming. High on the bat, but she somehow managed to get that all the way over the top of long on.
Yeah,
Hellenic Sudan coming round. What she could do was wave her arm in the air.
yeah, muscled over the boundary. Surprised me too. I didn't think it was going to travel that far. Didn't quite seem to middle it, but 6 runs. This time it goes to, it's just been called wide. It's a good ball. Challenging the batter there. It's got an inside edge. It squirts out onto the onside for no run. So a better over here in terms of run rate for the Eagles.
Yeah, that 6 will certainly help. If they can find another boundary in this over, it make a world of difference. And as we said, you've got to pick a bowler to target because the rest of these bowlers have been all over them, really, and they haven't given much away. I think Captain Stafford would like the challenge. He's not one who's going to shy away from it. It's the same, we saw exactly the same with Erica Quinn. Leg spinners, they do get hit from time to time. But they can also be the ones who take the wickets. So. And that one is called down leg side. Question from Mark Pankhurst around how many of the Japanese players have played baseball in their youth. I'd say quite a few. Quite sure what's happened there.
Guess could also be softball. I know softball.
Yeah, softball's
big
pretty
in
popular
Japan.
among the school kids. So that's the 10 over mark. 42 for 2. So they're a little bit behind where the waves were, and a little bit behind the rate. Let's try and find something. But yeah, I think a lot of them would have played baseball, softball. He's asking about the advantages and disadvantages. I'd say the biggest advantage does come in the field. You can usually spot the guys who played with a softball or baseball with their arm. The negatives, of course, are usually in footwork with no batting. And often the elbow with the bowling can be a bit of a, bit of a question mark sometimes.
It's one
hard
thing
to break out of those habits.
Yeah, since arriving in Japan last October, it's one thing I've noticed watching domestic, mostly men's cricket here in Japan, is the quality of the ground fielding. Obviously coming from that background of many of them playing baseball earlier on in their youth. But ground fielding in domestic Japanese cricket is very strong.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in about a minute and a half for the resumption. Okay, welcome back. We're here, you're here, everyone's here. 43 for 2 after 10. Bit of work to do. Run the ball required. Meg Ogawa to continue. And that is carved into the offside, half stopped, so just a single. Shimiko Kato with the shot. She moves to 10 of 14 deliveries. Erika Oda really holds the key for this chase, you feel. Back on strike now. Perfectly capable of making big scores.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about targeting a bowler. I think of another 6 overs to come, perhaps towards the end, from Chandao and Jess Adams and Kerry Chan. Whether the Eagles will just look to target these next couple of overs. Yeah.
This feels like a key phase of the game, doesn't it, now? That is short. That's high. Fielders underneath it. Takes the catch.
Taken.
So that's Shimiko Kato's gone. She's hit 1-6 already. She's clearly not moving very well and not being able to run those twos, so she has to go after the big shots. Just dragged from a long way outside of off stump. Amogalang Mafangula was the player underneath it, taking the catch.
Yeah, understandable from Shimiko, her approach to the game there. As you're saying, struggling with a bit of a back issue, so looking for the boundary shots.
Just high on the bat, I think. Just safe hands in the outfield from the Titans player, and Meg Ogawa is certainly pretty happy to have a wicket to her name. She was off celebrating, giving out some big hugs. 3 down now. And Kato would have been better trying to pull that round the corner, clearing that front leg and trying to get it round rather than getting it straight.
Yeah, from the last time I watched Meg Ogawa, her bowling seems to have improved.
Yeah,
She,
it's going right,
I'm
actually.
trying to think who I watched her play for.
In Sano?
No.
Well, you might have
No.
watched the play. She did play for Japan in the East of Cup.
Yes.
She did
Right.
play in a couple of the
Okay.
games, in the second 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
And you might have seen her play in the Embassy Cup and things. I'm sure she
In-
played for the Anzac
yes.
team.
Quite a long run up. Not easy on a day like today where it's probably up 34, 35.
So, new Bad Emerson, Phil Sell, I believe. Looks like she's got number 5 on her back. Didn't make any runs yesterday, but we have been told she's a very competent batter. Needs to support the captain here. And that one is called wide.
Yeah, just Phil Sell taking a look onto the onside. The gap's out there, which behind square.
Oh, that's bolder, isn't it?
Oh, it has.
No, he's given it as a no ball.
Did it bounce twice?
I reckon he's called that on the second bounce.
I think so.
And that's a life, I think, for Emerson Phil Sell. I'd like to see that again and see what happened here.
Free hit as a result.
Yeah, Meg
Which-
Ogawa will be feeling a little hard done by.
Yeah, exact ruling, I thought, is it the second bounce
After the
after the
crease. I mean, that's what we were
increase?
talking about
Yeah,
yesterday, wasn't
yeah.
it?
But
Free hit, short,
Again,
and
just
just
short.
turned around the corner. It might have been. Again, there's 2 there. There's absolutely 2 there.
agreed.
I know it's a hot day. But,
Yep.
you know.
Good throw into the keeper there, though, from Chandao on saying that.
Watch this replay of this no ball. She's definitely got bat on it. Probably on the usually
Yeah.
yorked on the second bounce. Got a bit of bat on it and divert it onto a leg stump.
Yeah, I agree. She definitely got bat onto it. I thought actual decision was played on, but perhaps it had bounced just prior to the bat on ball. But back live. Gawa to continue. Phil Sal on strike.
Eventful over, certainly.
And that'll be 2 wides, I'm sure,
It
yes.
is called. Starting to call the wides again now. So
Yep.
1-1 wicket. Wide, no ball. 1-1. 2 wides. Something every ball this over, isn't there?
I've given commentators curse after saying
I know,
she's
said
bowling
she's
well.
right.
I'll refrain from making comments in future. But
It's a useful over this, despite the fall of the wicket.
yeah, useful runs for the Eagles in this chase.
I will say there's not a huge... Well, Lemon Chung will almost certainly come in next. She did top score yesterday with a well-made 24, as you said. So they're still in the hunt here. The waves did slow up in those last 4 overs. There's good bowlers to come back, of course, but that could easily be another no-eat. I think she's going to be safe.
Or the spins,
Come back for 2 that time.
pitch and the spin has taken it away from the fielder. But yep, I'm glad they ran 2.
Thought she might have got hold of that.
Yeah,
Missed out on a boundary opportunity, I'd say. But
yeah.
still, a good over for the Eagles. Despite the loss of Shimako Kato, they've still taken in the end. How many have they taken off that? 10 runs from the over in the
10
end.
off it, yep.
So, useful runs.
Yeah, well, it keeps that run rate required still under 6, and that's manageable.
Erica Otto definitely feel like she missed out on that last ball. Certainly a player capable of clearing the ropes.
Looks like Ayaka Kato Stafford coming back for her second.
Decent enough first over. She did go for... She can see she went for hit over 6 and you see a couple of wides, but the ball's in between that. Definitely asking questions, and it'll be interesting to see how they take it on here. They've got 4 out. 1 at long off, sort of moving around more to an extra cover, deep extra cover now, and long on, deep mid wicket and deep square leg.
Yeah, there's plenty of protection on the boundary, especially on and straight. It's a real opportunity, I think, Alan, for the batters to see where there are 2s. There are plenty of 2s in the field, soft hands and good running and communication.
Again, behind square, either side of the wicket is not... Oh, it's got it. That's a great delivery. Up and through her. And that could be... Well, they'll bring Lemon Chung in, but that's going to really put the cat amongst the pigeons as far as the Eagles are concerned. The cat's amongst the Eagles, I should say. It's just drifted in, and it's actually gone on with the arm.
Nice. And what will be Ayaka Kato Stafford's first wicket in Japan?
I don't think she got one yesterday, so it'll be a first. Clean bowled, always a nice way to get them.
Oh, yes. Sorry, did you say top of off?
Looked like it
It's
actually
live,
looked like it ended up hitting middle and off.
Yeah. I should be thrilled.
Played for a spin that wasn't there. Perhaps it even went the other way. Lemon Chung's coming in now.
Yeah, an impressive innings, I thought, yesterday for the Eagles in a losing battle. Just what looks to me a busy batter. A full array of shots, including ramps and laps and paddles. But what impressed me the most was just the ability to drop and run and seeing how easy it was to pick up a single or rotate the strike. She may have to be a little more aggressive, though. I think they ideally, if they run well between the wickets, they still need a boundary and over.
Definitely. I think boundary and over is crucial at this point. Unless you're running off every ball. The required rate has just dropped back down to under 6 and over. But, I could see that going up pretty quickly. especially when the frontline bowlers come back. I reckon Kathy Stafford's doing a pretty good job here. We said that first over went for 10. It wasn't really a true reflection of how well she bowled. She's going okay here.
That's nice. Nice
Easy
ball.
single.
Yeah, and you were mentioning Ayaka's only 13.
That's right.
Wow.
14 till March.
It's amazing. What a great experience for her, and boy, I bet you she goes well in her home.
Yeah, I believe
For-
she's been called up to Queensland under 16s.
Right.
So she's pretty used to playing with people a fair bit older than her.
Yes.
Probably. How are you not running?
Oh, yes. Turned down by
Goodness
the
me.
non-striker. I think Lemon was perhaps just a little hesitant there, but turned her partner down early.
Oh, it's absolutely a run there. It's extraordinary. Yeah, of course, she's probably spent a bit of time practicing with her older brother. There he goes, and he runs there. Or buys, perhaps. As will be given this. Go against the keeper.
Yeah, I think this is a key partnership here. I think Alan Erica's moving along. What's she on? 24 now, and Lemon. I think
We saw yesterday that there wasn't a huge amount of batting below
To follow.
the top 6. And I think
they'll be quite happy just going along at 5 or 6 and over, as long as they're not taking risks. But then again, it's their tactics. It comes down to the strategy on, as we know, some good bowling to come back for the Eastern Waves.
Ahelia Chandel has brought herself back. She
Right.
recognises the
Yeah.
moment. She knows one more wicket.
It's good
The door is
captaincy.
well and truly open, so
Yeah.
she'll be pretty keen to get through one of these two. I mean, one good over at this stage. She bowled a maiden in her second over, I think.
Mhm.
One good over like that now, and that required rate is going to shoot up. So it's
Yeah.
already back up at 6.1.
Yeah, great captaincy, and I believe you bring back your strike bowler now, as you
Two
say.
overs for just one run in their opening spell. Erica Oda. She might like the pace back on the ball again. 23 off 26.
Yeah, be a good
She'll be eyeing
contest.
up that offside, I reckon. Anything wide, she'll go after it. And just hit that straight to the close fielder. Mid on. Hovering around the eye line.
Yeah, Chandel continues to impress me with the lines she bowls. Pushing it past the right-hand batsman. Or bring it into them. Cramping them for style, like we saw there.
Not sure if there's problems with the camera at the mountain end. You're watching it from the school end at the moment on the stream. I did hear the stand took a knock from one of the balls earlier on in the game, so that might be why. There we go, switch back.
Shot belted out to deep mid wicket. Who does well to field that. Ball was hit strong and powerfully.
Aya Katastafa returns that and over the head of the bowler. One of the most strongest arms in the team, it looks like.
It's well fielded.
Lemon Chun drop some runs. I mean, if they're running that, why were they not running the one in the previous over? I
Yeah.
don't quite understand, but that was better.
Yeah, it's a real part of her game, Lemon Chung, the drop and run, and I wonder if the captain's onto that. It's just a very low-risk shot for a single. And what it does is it draws in the
We've got a
circle.
6-3 field here. There's a huge amount of space on the offside. Oh, she's gone leg side, picked out the fielder, predictably.
Yeah, what that does if you continue taking those quick singles is it draws the fielders in, which then creates opportunities to hit over the inner circle.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see on the offside, it's just the 3 fielders ringed in the circle. Long off has now gone into place, come across from the other side.
And this time, just turn down from the non-strike Eric Holder. Fair enough. Brings an end to the over. 58 for 4 here at Sano. 13 overs gone. I'm hoping for a close finish.
Yeah.
And
spectators are still in. Plenty of tea being drunk.
I want to say the temperature feels it's gone up a couple of degrees here, perhaps.
Yeah, it's definitely on the rise. Jess Adams coming back in. She'll be looking to bring some heat of her own to the Eagles' batting lineup. Temperature is due to the continuous climb, Garth. You're going to be in here for this afternoon. Must be excited about that.
Yeah, look, T10 cricket, certainly you can't lose your focus or attention and what is a incredibly quick format of the game. I quite enjoy yesterday afternoon, 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 today 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 afternoon, 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 stopped walking, whether
Yeah, if she
that
wasn't
would
sure
have
if it was
influenced the
out, yeah.
umpire's decision. It looked like she was kind of a guilty walk to the onside of the field, but it's a shame for the Eagles' cause because Erica, such a powerful player and could have been vital in this chase. But however, we continue. We'll update you on who the new batter is to the crease. Only facing the one ball currently is Fujikawa-san. He's yet to score.
Yeah, can't help but feel the last rites being administered here.
Yeah, a shame, but cricket's a funny game.
In on 0.
Yeah, not
Long way
ideal.
to go. So, Erica Quinn looks like the new batter.
Yeah, and look, a great opportunity to show the Japan coaches.
Yeah, what they can do with the bat. Oh, goodness, that's fired down. Not being called wide again. Oh, goodness.
So it's Erica Toguchi Quinn on strike. Played a nice shot out to the covers, but fielding unit onto that. Fielded by, I think, Megogawa. And just sort of, yeah, almost a wristy shot there onto the onside for a single, off the mark.
Fielder's close in on the offside.
Yeah.
Not going to give a lot away, I don't think. Apologies that the score has just dropped off the live stream. Hopefully they'll be back without too much of a delay. Score at present 62 for 6 after 15 overs. Ayumi Fujikawa at the crease. She's gnawed off 2. Erica Quinn has 1 from 3 deliveries.
Yeah, that last ball from Kerry Chung, she just tossed it up there and was hoping Fujikawa would just step forward and bout it, but
yeah, Carrie Chan and Jess Adams have been the two combining yet again, both with bat and ball. Carrie Chan with 30 today, and she's taken 2 for 10, just like she did yesterday.
yeah, they've just
Another over to go here.
tightened the screws, haven't they, in terms of their bowling partnership together?
Looks like Elena Sudanan's
From a
back on for another bowl.
yeah, from the other end this time, yes.
Yeah, she's changed ends. Just 1 from that previous over, along with the wicket. That required rate up to 8.5 now. That's a decent shot. I'll only run 1 because that's been the theme of the day.
Yeah, no. Good shot there from Toguchi Quinn.
Full and straight from Nan, Sudanan, blocked out. Another over. Taking the game away from the Eagles, you feel?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult from here, but game's not over till it's over. plenty hot out there, about 30, 34 now.
Certainly is.
I'm glad to see the flags, the Japanese flag waving.
Just about enough
But-
flutter
but-
in the breeze to get the flags going, which is a good sign. Keeps us breathing up here.
It's got to be hot out there, Alan.
Yeah, I do. It's something doesn't come across on a live stream, and we're probably not talking about it enough in the commentary box. People watching at home saying, "Oh, this is a low-scoring game. Why is that?" Well, it's bloody hot, and chasing after spending 20 overs in the field for these players, they don't do that very often. Get exposed to this kind of heat, playing in this kind of heat. We try and play most of our women's domestic cricket away from the hottest months in summer. But of course, if we're going to get overseas players over, this is the best time to do it. Australian season's over, the Hong Kong season's over. A few other places that we can go to.
So time in the calendar where it fits, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you're right.
But the long weekend, of course, just presents an opportunity. So try and make the most of it.
So, of course, the third game on here tomorrow at the same time of 10 o'clock starting.
Yeah, and even though it does look a little bit like the Waves are going to take an unassailable 2-0 lead, there's still be plenty to play for in that third game.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the first ever tournament, so the Eagles will be desperate to get a win on the board.
And
Kerry Chan continuing.
perhaps more importantly, as you mentioned yesterday, the naming of the Japanese squad that will go down to Vanuatu following this series. So,
Plenty of incentive
Yep.
for these players to perform.
brings Gucci Quinn back onto strike. Nice.
Shot.
Yep.
I told Erica after the game yesterday she looked much more like a number 9 than a number 11. And she said
Yeah.
it was the biggest compliment you can pay a number 11.
Nice. Fair enough,
So,
too.
I think she looks okay. Looks like she's been coached. Looks like she's batted a bit. She told me I need to get on the phone to her coach in Melbourne. Oh, if she can somehow find a way to... That's out.
Gone.
Yeah, Yumi Fujikawa hasn't really done anything there. She's just sort of stopped and let the ball hit her.
Yeah.
Which, when you're standing in front of your stumps, is perhaps not the best way to go
Yeah,
about it.
trapped pretty well in front there, and another wicket falls.
Yeah, that's don't get much more out than that. That's a third for Kerry Chan.
Yeah, well, she picked up 2 for 10 yesterday.
3
And,
for 12 today.
Yeah.
Probably a front runner for the MVP, I'd say, along with her runnable 30.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, and the other candidate,
Abs-
really, Mai Yanagida. Jess Adams has taken 2 for 11. She's done well again. I think you are looking at the bowling rather than the batting. Nothing really from the Eagles. Erica Otter's made 28, but the Eagles bowling. Emerson with 2 for 6 was outstanding, but not enough support really. Gaffer Janda bowled 4 good overs for just 12, but needed the wickets unfortunately. It's been another strike bowler, Gandhi.
I was watching Japanese TV the other night, just looking at the umpires out there and how they're coping with the heat. Interesting little program on a pack, almost like an ice pack that you wear as a shirt.
Sounds like a dream.
To how, yeah, I was just thinking, wouldn't the perhaps something the umpires may like to invest in? But yeah, hot out there and sapping on the energy of the players.
Yeah,
When I
you
think
can
of
just see the way the players are moving between
Yeah.
overs, and even now as Kerry Chan tries to set the field, it's pretty slow going. We're of course 1:15 now. The game's due to be done by 10 to 1. Still 3 overs to go after this one. Ayumi Doi, the new batter out there. Another one who hails from Uenomiya. Hasn't played a lot of cricket. Ayumi Doi, not very much one of the players in the development program, but you really see how the Eagles, that they're missing the bowling of Shimako Kato, they're missing the batting of Minami Yoshioka, who's tied up in a softball tournament this weekend and might be back tomorrow. And if she does, and if she is here, I'm sure she goes straight into that top 6, top 7, and would definitely make a difference at this stage of the game coming out.
Right.
She's very good at bat on ball, scampering. She's smart. She's not necessarily technically correct, but she knows how to score runs. She knows how to hit gaps. She understands the game pretty well. Made a good positive impact, and her being missing this weekend, I think, is proving a bit costly.
Yeah, shame about Kato as well, isn't it? She only just bowled the 1 over today. But it's a pretty good over at that, though. You can, just missing her skill set.
Yeah, definitely a run there, but I think Erika Taguchi-Quinn has worked out pretty quickly that she might need to do the most of the batting here. The required rate nearly at 13 now, so I think we can safely say that the game is gone for the Eagles, and with it the series.
Shot.
Doesn't mean you can't have a bit of fun, though.
Yep.
It's a good start by Aya Kato-Stafford. Fielding at cover, throwing herself around.
Yeah, very impressive fielder. Strong arm.
Ayumi Doi is just bad on ball, really. She's not looking to score. Looks like she's much more out there for the experience.
Thought she had sold her partner down the river there, but no, safe.
Got enough on that, maybe a bit of glove just around the corner.
Yeah.
So she's off the mark.
Yeah, and even though she'd hit a fine behind wicket, she made the call early, which perhaps surprised.
Still 4 fielders out on the boundary, which is a bit of a surprise at this stage in the game. Match is a contest, pretty much done and dusted.
Does well to dig that out, the ball staying low. Perhaps the first I've seen today stay that low. But, Taguchi-Quinn doing well to keep that out.
Yep, another over gone. 68 for 7 after 18 overs. Leonie Sudanans finished her 4 overs, not 15. Bowled pretty well, I reckon. Doesn't give a huge amount away. It's a telling fact again. Sudanan bowled 4 overs, just a 1 wide. In total, 7 wides. A couple of no balls have been bowled, but the extras just numbering 11 compared to the 29 that we saw.
It's a big difference, right?
Big difference. It's a huge, huge difference. You add 12 onto this score, so you're at 80. And India Chandal's bringing herself back on.
Yeah, she wants to finish this game.
She wants a wicket. Absolutely. Jess Adams, I guess, will bowl the last over. So just 2 overs each for Meg O'Gara and Aya Stafford. And you look at those two as the 5th bowler for the Waves. They've taken 2 for 24 between them, with 5 wides and a couple of no balls between them, whereas the 5th bowler for the Eagles was 0 for 30 odd with at least 10 wides. So, yeah, that's the game, really. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That and perhaps another batter just to really make a telling contribution and support Erika Oda. Eagles have just been second best in the key parts of the game. I think that they've gone toe-to-toe in several facets, but not fallen short when it's really mattered. Confusion, but they're going to get back for a second, I think. We've rarely seen 2 run, Garth.
Yeah, look.
I haven't seen many of those.
Safe, made at home. Good running in the end. Good decision to come back. And good to see Joy. She played that, sort of a late cut. Beat short 3rd man. this time just pops out into the covers. Yeah, Chandel proving difficult to get away for the lower order batter. It's, as you say, perhaps relatively new to the game also, Doi-san, that's playing on this grass wicket, facing an accomplished bowler, his bowling pace. Shot.
Two batters at the same end, and it's gone to the keeper, and that's going to be out.
It's good work from the keeper.
Yeah, kept alert.
Yeah. She didn't take it off with the gloves. She
Good work from the
just-
bowler as well. She just stayed calm.
yeah.
Kept her wits about her. Ball was hit straight. And the fielder's just kept ahead. Is that Haruna Yosaki, I think?
Yeah, good decision to go down to striker's end there. And another wicket falls in terms of a run out here on number one ground here at Sano. And what are very hot, humid conditions. Sunday afternoon, a long weekend here in Japan with a national holiday tomorrow. It's Umi no Hi, Sea Day. I believe people of the community around the coastline of Japan do a cleanup of the beach, sort of an environmentally focused day, I want to say.
Yeah.
But also in my area, Toyama, it's the official opening of the beach, which is good news. Chandel, just waiting for the batsman. Final ball of her over.
Yep. Hasn't got one in the wicket column herself,
It's-
but she's conceded 6 runs from her 3.5 overs.
Canada on strike.
Like Canada, the unorthodox batter.
Yes.
Practicing, I don't know what she's doing. She's just slowing the game down at the moment.
Yes, she...
They need 30,
I think
30
Chandel's...
runs from the over. Chandel will be looking to go full and straight, I'm sure.
over.
And that's through it.
.70 for 8 after 19. So the final over coming up here, and well, 34 runs. Technically, it's possible, but
We were in the same
And
position yesterday. weren't we? They needed
yeah.
36 off the last over, I think. So
realistically, probably a bit beyond. But again, there'll be some learnings here for the Eagles team, both teams, in fact, as to parts of the game. There are certainly parts of the game that the Eagles have been on top, Alan.
yeah, look, they've shown enough. I mean, I think they probably do have the best bowler on either side. Emerson Philsell's been outstanding. In the batting, though, Carrie Chan and Jess Adams have probably looked a cut above the rest. And with those two, both, and I'll be honest, I've been surprised and impressed by the way Jess has delivered with the ball. I knew she was coming over as a very competent batter, but her bowling's really surprised me and how effective she's been.
Yeah, another all-rounder, for sure.
Hasn't missed by much, so scamper through. Just one, so I think Canada will get another chance to
Show
swing
her,
for the hills.
yeah, show her technique to the world. Her unique technique.
She's taking a guard. I'm not sure why. Not sure what guard she's asking for. She's well outside leg stump still.
Well, she would certainly be a threat if the bowler puts it in her spot or in her arc. But the thing is, the bowler's not going to do that, or not wanting to do that.
Certainly not willingly.
it
and certainly
certainly,
not a bowler of this quality.
certainly becomes hard to play shots onto the offside. But there we go.
There we go. Landed safe. Now I'll come back for 2.
Yeah, good running. And a direct hit thrown in from the boundary. So
And you can see the bat speed and the power that she generates, Canada, and you just think that if she just kept still and had a bat in an optimal position, she would be a real asset for this Eagles team, batting up in the top four probably. But
Yeah. It's
unfortunately, the way she bats, she just doesn't give herself a chance to make the runs that she's capable of.
well, you remember Martin Crowe. Martin Crowe, one of New Zealand's greatest batsmen. He would always imagine his. I'll just wait for this delivery.
No, nowhere near that.
When he was out batting, he'd always imagine his face was almost next to a wall and that it would remain fixed. On release of the ball, his eyes were completely level, allowing the batter to pick up and make the best judgment possible before executing the shot. And I just...
She's not getting anywhere near these. And she's so late on the ball as well because the bat's got to travel so far.
Yeah, it's... But as you mentioned, it's perhaps if she just works on some elements of her technique, she's obviously got a good hand-eye, and she's been bowled.
Yeah, that was fairly inevitable, I think. And that's the conclusion. So Jess Adams picks up 3 for again, just like yesterday, picks up a wicket at the last ball of the game. So we'll just have a quick run through. Very similar looking scores to yesterday. Both teams a little bit down on where they were. The Eastern Waves 103 for 5 and the Western Eagles have finished 73 for 9 in the end. Bowled off the last ball. So top scorer for the innings was Erica Oda, who made 28 off 36. Prior to that, Hinase Goto had been stumped for just 4. Gandhi Jafta was LBW for just 5. Shimako Kato hit a 6 on her way for 10 from 15. And it was just single figures all the way down after that. Phil Sell just made 1. Lemon Chung 2. Ayumi Fujikawa just made 2. Erika Toguchi Quinn was run out for 4. Ayumi Doi has finished 3 not out. And Ayaka Canada clean bowled at the end there for just 2. In the wickets, Carrie Chan's picked up 3 for 12 from her 4 overs. Jess Adams picked up 3 for 13. Very similar figures to yesterday. Hillier Chandal's kept things really tight. 4 overs, 1 maiden, none for 6. Elaine Kasuda-Dan as well, 4 overs, none for 15. And the wicket each for Meg Ogawa and Ayaka Kato Stafford. So, the inaugural WJPL champions are indeed the Eastern Waves. They take a 2-0 series lead, unassailable. There will be a third match played tomorrow. We'll see if the Eagles can get themselves on the board. From myself and from Garth, thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks, Garth.
Cheers, good afternoon. Thank you, Alan.